Leaves are almost all gone. The temperatures are falling down. The stakes continue to raise. It is the state high school semifinals tonight from Howard Wood Field between the number 2 Lincoln Patriots and the number 3 Harrisburg Tigers, with the winner playing for the state championship next weekend in the Dakota Dome. Welcome to our Avera Health Game of the Week on the simulcast, Fox Sports 98.1 Radio, Metrosports.tv, DakotaNewsNow.com, and the Outlaw Channel 13.2. From Howard Wood Field, John Gaskins, along with Tim Hyatt, the Lincoln High School graduate. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have mentioned that.
I'll keep it balanced tonight, I promise.
We are thrilled to have you here and give you a little warm-up to tomorrow's biggest key to the city game ever between Augustana and the University of Sioux Falls right here on Fox Sports 98.1, a game that will involve plenty of high school stars from the Sioux Falls metro area past. But tonight, Tim, we have two teams about as evenly matched as it feels, and we saw it with our own two eyes just 2 weeks ago in Harrisburg.
Yeah, they're evenly matched, and they're very familiar with each other. They just played, like you said, 2 weeks ago. And really, it was almost like there were two games played 2 weeks ago. The first half won by Harrisburg, and then all Lincoln in the second half really kind of flipped the script of that game, and dominated the second half on its way to a 27-17 win.
The Tigers led 17-7 at half. Josiah Hines, their tailback, had over 150 yards rushing on 10 yards a carry. And in the second half, Lincoln scored all 20 points. They just held the ball for most of the time, got down the field, kept Harrisburg off the field, and had opportunistic plays on defense to salvage a big victory to earn this number 2 seed and this home game. The Patriots are 9-1. The Tigers are 8-2. They've both lost to number 1 Brandon Valley, who's undefeated, and Harrisburg's only other loss, that game 2 weeks ago against the Lincoln Patriots. And we have so much more to sink our teeth into about this matchup tonight throughout this pregame show, but let's take a look at things abroad. I mean, most weeks we're going through a few other games in the 11 AAA ranks, but tonight it's the playoff bracket brought to you by Augustana University, where you can find your bold, where hands-on learning, a vibrant community, and diverse opportunities prepare you to lead and succeed. And we're down to the Final Four, the very middle of the bracket. It's Lincoln and Harrisburg kicking off here in about 25 minutes, and the winner of this will face the victor of number 1 Brandon Valley and number 4 Jefferson. That game as well, a rematch of a regular season finale 2 weeks ago. Yep. The Lynx dominating that 28-3. So a couple of very compelling rematches for the rights to go to the state championship game.
And it isn't very often that you see the best 4 teams make it to this round. Sometimes you get an upset along the way here and there. These are clearly the cream of the crop in AAA football in South Dakota. You know, it's interesting when you look at the seedings. Number 4 lost to number 3, number 2, and number 1. Number 3 lost to 2 and 1, and number 2 lost to number 1. That's even probably more rare. And so we do have the best 4 teams. This should be a really fun night of football.
It all really fell to form, and the other 3 besides Brandon Valley can sit and relate to one another, being road graded by the Lynx. They have been the very clear-cut, head and shoulders number 1, but this is why they play the games. And we do it every week on our pregame show to our Avera Health Game of the Week, so we might as well, even though it becomes a little bit more irrelevant week after week, our Touch Market All Saints Top 5 poll. Now, Touch Market All Saints, not irrelevant or any less relevant, but the poll, I mean, it follows this playoff seeding form.
Absolutely.
Brandon 1, Lincoln 2, Harrisburg 3, Jefferson 4, and the number 5 O'Gorman Knights ousted by Jefferson last week in our Game of the Week in the state quarterfinals here at Howard Wood Field. But that was about as weird and interesting of a football game you can imagine. A 31-0 Jefferson lead mid-third quarter. The Knights scream back for 21 in a row, recover an onside kick with 2 minutes left, and run out of gas. And so, as you mentioned, as it has been all season long, we have our definitive 4, and they are all still in the mix for a state title. Now, going back to this game that we'll have on this field in about 20 minutes, our previous matchup, as we mentioned, a Lincoln 27-17 victory over Harrisburg just 15 days ago. The Patriots were able to score all 20 points in the second half after falling behind 17-7, mostly on the ground. 230 yards, 117, a season high, coming from quarterback Brody Schaefer. And the Pats, who have the ability to spray it all over the field and up and down, only needed 99 passing yards.
Yep.
And those 27 points Lincoln scored, the most given up all season by Harrisburg. From your eyes, what did you see was the major difference?
Well, they say sometimes the best way to play defense is to play less defense, and that's what Lincoln did in the second half.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago. They kept control of the football. Their defense stayed off the field. They kept Josiah Hines off the field. They kept Braden Feldy under control, and they really just turned that game in their favor. And I think it was a concerted effort, concerted decision offensively to run with their quarterback, Brody Schaefer, and that really made a difference in that second half.
The sophomore has been an absolute sensation since game number 1. We will certainly talk more about him before kickoff. In that 20-0 Lincoln comeback, all 20 points of that second half scored by the Patriots. They had 4 drives. 3 of them were touchdowns. 1 of them, they were stopped on downs inside the 30. So they almost just had what they wanted that whole second half. While Harrisburg, who was up and down the field all first half, their 4 drives after the break was 3 drives stopped on downs and a punt. They could not score.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments these two teams make, because there's probably a lot that they can take from the film of those games. Honestly, that first half was very close up until about the last 2 minutes. Harrisburg scored, I think, 10 points in the final 2.5 minutes, something like that. So it was really a close game in the first half. But then, like we've said, Lincoln just took everything under control in that second half. So how does Harrisburg try to take away? Is it the quarterback run that you try to take away? And maybe take your chances with Brody Schaefer throwing the ball, because we know he can do that too.
Right.
And what does Lincoln do to try to contain Josiah Hines so that he doesn't run all over them like he did in the first 30 minutes?
I don't know if you can. I mean, the kid is averaging over 7 yards a carry, over 10 yards in that game against Lincoln. But as you mentioned, Tim, he didn't get very many opportunities because Lincoln had the ball most of the second half. One final fun fact about that first meeting: a rare game between a pair of evenly matched teams where the squad that lost the turnover battle won the game. Lincoln turned it over twice in the first half, and Harrisburg scored each time. And that was it for turnovers for the entire game. Again, the Patriots just able to maintain possession most of when it mattered most after halftime. But it's a new game tonight. The stands continuing to fill up at Howard Wood Field on a 40-degree night in early November for the rights to play for next week's state championship game in the great warm indoors in Vermilion. We have our players to watch. We have our keys to victory. And we have the coin toss and the kickoff, all coming your way within the next 20 minutes from Howard Wood Field. It's our Avera Game of the Week, the state semifinals, number 2 Lincoln hosting number 3 Harrisburg on our simulcast. Fox Sports 98.1 Radio, Metrosports.tv, the Outlaw Channel 13.2, and DakotaNewsNow.com.
Touchmark at All Saints is a full-service, award-winning retirement community set in the heart of historic downtown Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
At Touchmark, we want to preserve the independence that you have.
We want to make sure that every part of who you are is fulfilled.
I would recommend this to anybody. I think this is just a great way to spend your retirement years.
At the end of the day, we're here to live the full life.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
In nursing, where you work matters. At Avera, we build Team Green around you, with a culture that values and supports you. Leaders who listen and care about your success. And benefits to reward the great work you do. The grass is greener at Avera. So join Team Green. Learn more at avera.org/careers.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Experience it all. Follow your academic and career goals and your love for the arts, music, and competition that thrills you. Learn from award-winning faculty and in classes where you are more than a number. Build lifelong friendships at game day experiences and in student organizations for all interests. At Augustana, you don't have to choose. Live and learn in the heart of South Dakota's largest city, where job opportunities, networks of professionals, and a hometown feel await you. Find your bold at Augustana University.
Dakota News Now at 9 on Fox Sioux Falls. Your first and only local news in prime time. 1 hour to focus on the headlines of the day, plus breaking news as it happens. 1 hour to provide in-depth coverage of the biggest stories, alerting you first to what impacts you and your family's safety. 1 hour to give you a more detailed look at your first alert forecast, updating you every 5 minutes so you can prepare for tomorrow's forecast tonight. Dakota News Now at 9 on Fox Sioux Falls. Your first alert.
Number 2 Lincoln hosting number 3 Harrisburg in the high school football state semifinals. The largest class in South Dakota. It's 11-man AAA football on a Friday night. Our first in November here on Fox Sports 98.1, AM 1230, KWSN.com on the radio. And so many ways you can watch tonight's game. Metrosports.tv, DakotaNewsNow.com. Or if you're a YouTuber, find Metro Sports TV on YouTube. And if you follow along on Twitter or X, guess what? On our Twitter feed, Twitter page, Metro Sports TV, you'll find the live broadcast there as well. John Gaskins with Tim Hyatt as we continue to preview this big showdown, a rematch of a wonderful game 2 weeks ago in Harrisburg in which Lincoln clawed back and won 27-17. It's time to look at our team profiles, brought to you by South Dakota State University. Jack's at North Dakota tomorrow at 2 o'clock on Midco Sports, 1:30 pregame, also on ESPN+. The Harrisburg Tigers come in at 8-2. They're ranked 3rd in the state. There are 2 losses to number 1 Brandon Valley and number 2 Lincoln, and they're a fairly balanced offense. They are a run-first team, more than they have been in the past, 178 yards per game, but they have a very capable senior quarterback in Sam Knuth. He's throwing for about 143 yards a game on 15 attempts per contest. And this all amounts to 35 points a game, the most important offensive stat. That's pretty stealth. And the Tigers give up just 11 points per game. Tim, beyond those numbers, what sticks out as you watch Harrisburg?
Well, as balanced as they are, when you look at the numbers rushing and passing, they kind of got away from that 2 weeks ago when they played Lincoln. And they were much more run-oriented because they were having so much success. I think they ran for 200-plus and maybe threw it for around 80 or 90 yards is all. I would guess Brandon White is going to want to see those numbers get a little closer together, a little more balance in the run and pass game, I think that would bode well for Harrisburg's success tonight if they can keep Lincoln off balance with both the run and the pass.
Yeah, Sam Knuth was 9 of 17 for just 64 yards in that contest, while Josiah Hines, he did have 197 yards, but 152 of them were by halftime.
Yep.
So, again, the Tigers just didn't get very many opportunities because Lincoln was on the field for most of the second half, scoring on every of their first 3 drives, and Harrisburg just either couldn't get down the field or was stopped on downs.
And Lincoln did a great job of keeping Braden Feldy under control. I mean, I think he had 3 catches in that game.
You're correct,
and
37 yards.
Yeah, after Hines, he's the dynamic player on that offense, and if the Patriots can keep him contained like that again, they're going to be smiling at the end of the night, I think.
He's the fastest player on the team, or he can race for it today, tomorrow, until the end of time with Josiah Hines as to who is the fastest. But you wonder how many more times they'll give Braden Feldy a chance to run the ball on things like jet sweeps. He only has 3 carries all year.
Yeah, they're going to want to get him the ball as many ways as they can. If they're taking away the pass game from him, they're going to do a lot of that, I think. Sweeps and maybe even putting him in the backfield and just giving it to him right away.
Team profile for the number 2 ranked Lincoln Patriots, coming in at 9-1. Only loss was to the Brandon Valley Lynx, and that was a hammer and nail game, 39-13. Head coach Jared Fredenberg said it defined the season, the refocus, the purpose for which his team came back, the ability to hold themselves accountable during film sessions when you're at your most vulnerable psychologically, watching mistakes you made and your teammates made on film. And he said this group has been incredible since that game. And it is a team that has evolved throughout the season. Brody Schaefer, the sophomore, came right out of the gates, slinging it up and down the field in every which way. But now Lincoln, also a run-first team, 221 yards a game. They throw for 169, so this is a team that is averaging 390 yards per game. That amounts to 41 points per contest. And their defense not quite as tight as Harrisburg's, but only giving up 15 points per game.
Right. I think, that you hear NFL coaches sometimes say, the rookie quarterback, he's 10 games into the season. He's not a rookie anymore. Yeah. I think the Patriots feel that way about Brody Schaefer. He's maybe not playing like a sophomore anymore. They've given him more to do. They've added the run game to his repertoire, and he showed that in the second half 2 weeks ago in a dominant performance running the football and controlling the clock while doing it.
Season high, 15 carries, 117 yards running in that game, and that was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back as the second half went on for Lincoln in that win over Harrisburg. Jared Fredenberg is now, believe it or not, in his 8th season as head coach of the Patriots, and it was a slow bake, a slow roll, but they got better and better every year, and it finally culminated with a state championship 13-0 run, dominant last season. Many wondering if this was just a nice little rebuild to start another 3-year process with the talented sophomore quarterback and a new crop of characters. And that has not been the case. Right. They are very much in the state championship mix. So those are your team profiles, brought to you by South Dakota State University. We've mentioned some players, but who truly are the players to watch for tonight, the players that these coaches want to have the ball the most? We'll reveal that, plus our keys to the game, and we're so much closer to kickoff in our Avera Health Game of the Week. The state semifinals for the rights to go to next week's championship game in Vermillion. It's number 2 Lincoln and number 3 Harrisburg from Howard Wood Field in Sioux Falls. And our pregame show continues next on Fox Sports 98.1, Metrosports.tv, and DakotaNewsNow.com.
Back to school means back to routine for you and your family. Make Dakota News Now part of your routine every morning from 5 to 7.
And I'll have your first alert to whether you need a coat or a jacket or some extra time to get to work.
Your first alert to the news that happened overnight and what to expect for the day ahead.
Dakota News Now, your first alert station.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Jackrabbits don't wait to see what the future holds. They build it. At South Dakota State University, the next generation's leaders are preparing to launch. They're focusing on growth, and they're reaching new heights of excellence across vital industries. SDSU is building something greater for South Dakota and the world. Join us.
Josh and Emily are visiting Emily's parents this weekend, where Josh will propose. He's nervous, but not about the ring. Well done, Josh. Well done. Chase is proposing to Ashley at the resort where they first met. Ashley was vacationing with friends, but Chase ended up being her best friend of all, plus some. Every diamond tells a story, but there's no story like yours. And there's no diamond like a Greenberg's diamond. Greenberg's Jewelers, a cut above the rest.
In nursing, where you work matters. At Avera, we build Team Green around you, with a culture that values and supports you. Leaders who listen and care about your success, and benefits to reward the great work you do. The grass is greener at Avera, so join Team Green. Learn more at avera.org/careers.
Experience it all. Follow your academic and career goals and your love for the arts, music, and competition that thrills you. Learn from award-winning faculty and in classes where you are more than a number. Build lifelong friendships at game day experiences and in student organizations for all interests. At Augustana, you don't have to choose. Live and learn in the heart of South Dakota's largest city, where job opportunities, networks of professionals, and a hometown feel await you. Find your bold at Augustana University.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
About 5 minutes from kickoff at Howard Wood Field, our last outdoor high school football game of the week, brought to you by Avera Health on the simulcast here in the Sioux Falls metro area, Fox Sports 98.1 Radio, Metrosports.tv, and DakotaNewsNow.com. And new this year, we're on live television, real television, old-fashioned television, the Outlaw Channel 13.2, the TV, the television you don't have to watch with a phone or a computer. John Gaskins with Tim Hyde as we get closer to number 2 Lincoln locking horns with number 3 Harrisburg, a rematch of a Lincoln win, 27-17 in Harrisburg 2 weeks ago. We've talked about both of these teams dominating most of their schedule, doing a lot of it with great work on the ground, with stout defense, and now our players to watch, brought to you by Central Bank. And for the road team from Harrisburg, it's their running back, Josiah Hines, a 5'11 junior, came of age last year. He's been their horse, 131 yards a game, 7.5 yards a carry, 16 times on into the end zone, 197 yards on 27 carries against Lincoln 2 weeks ago, but most of it was in the first half. But what kind of a runner is he?
He's going to use his speed. He's not afraid to hit you. and he can juke you too. So, I mean, he's kind of the perfect package, and he's just a junior.
Yeah.
He's just going to keep getting better. He's a threat in the kick return game. He's a threat in the pass game as well. He's a triple threat.
Yep, he's the fastest player on the team, unless you ask Braden Feldy,
right.
their wide receiver. And as we mentioned not too long ago, Feldy, you just feel like maybe with Brandon White, with fewer weapons in the passing game than the last few years, guys like Max Carlson and Titan Tryon that got these Tigers to state championship games, that why not run your best wide receiver a little more? Because Braden Feldy has been locked down, but he still has 45 catches, 12 touchdowns. He's the best receiver for senior quarterback Sam Knuth, who we'll talk more about as the game goes along, but he is a special one as a senior as well.
Yep.
Our player to watch for Lincoln is their quarterback, the sophomore, Brody Schaefer, 6 feet tall. Curtis Riggs has joked, maybe not, but that's what he's listed as.
Yep.
He has 160 passing yards per game. He's 9.5 yards per attempt, so he gets the ball down the field. But what we have really seen is the way he has continued to use his feet, and offensive coordinator Eric Struck has continued to use him. 117 yards on just 15 carries, so over 10 yards a tote against these Tigers, and really the number one reason Lincoln came back and won that game.
Absolutely. And head coach Jared Fredenberg said early in the year he wasn't sure how Brody would do running that RPO-type offense, and he has shown as the season has gone on that he can do that, and the coaching staff, Fredenberg, Eric Struck, they've showed more and more confidence in him, and we're gonna be calling his number all the time tonight.
By the way, he can still pass. 33 touchdowns to just 5 interceptions. You're always concerned about sophomores with their ability to make good decisions and not throw interceptions, turn the ball over.
Yep.
That so far hasn't really been a concern for the Lincoln Patriots and their first-year sophomore Brody Schaefer. And now our keys to victory tonight, brought to you by Vern ID Motors all across the Sioux Empire. And for the road team from Lincoln, keep the Tigers guessing. There's been a prolific passing game early in the season. As we continue to mention, the run game. Oh, by the way, they have good running backs, Josh Myers, Javen Augustus. So they're a dual threat offense.
Oh, absolutely. And I think, yeah, they definitely want to keep Harrisburg guessing, but you also don't want to get too cute and get away from what got you that 20-point shutout win in the second half 2 weeks ago against the Tigers.
And for Harrisburg, it sounds so simple, 3 simple words, but it was very difficult against Lincoln 2 weeks ago. Stop the run. The Patriots had 212 yards on the ground in that victory, in which they scored all 20 in the second half. And did we mention the quarterback had 117 of them?
Exactly. And stop the run, yes, and also continue to grind the clock when they have the football, running the football, and try to do what Lincoln did to them, keep them off the field and controlling the clock with their offense like they can and like they have the ability to do.
Some keys from the coaches. Brandon White wants Harrisburg to have at least 10 explosive plays, 20 yards or more, long sustained drives to keep that Lincoln offense off the field. He wants his defense to take away that quarterback run, make Lincoln push the ball vertically down the field and tackle much better in space. While Jared Fredenberg of Lincoln, he wants that offense to be on the field all night long, just like in that second half 2 weeks ago. The defense has to hold up against the run and force Sam Knuth to beat the Patriots with his arm. Well, we'll see if Lincoln will do that right away, because Harrisburg, as the road team, got to call the coin flip, won the toss, and elected to receive to start the game. They want to take that ball down the field.
Want to send a message early.
I guess so. And the Patriots will, of course, get the ball first to start the second half. It is 53 degrees, not too shabby on November 8th in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. The wind at just 5 miles an hour. That American flag we see in the south end zone is dead. So not much to contest with for Edison Knoll, Lincoln's kickoff man. 67 boots, an average of 46 yards. He kicks from the 40-yard line. He has a bevy of touchbacks, and we're about underway in front of about 5,000 people. State semifinals, Lincoln kicking off to Harrisburg, left to right, end over end, fielded at the 10-yard line on the near side, and it's bolted to the right side, 20-25, up the seam, cutting left, 35-40, staying on his feet through tackles across midfield, and all the way down to the 47-yard line for Harrisburg. That's a new returner.
Miles Knorr, a
Miles
sophomore.
Knorr. And according to my stats, that's his first kickoff return. What a start for Harrisburg. It is a return of 44 yards, and they will have their first drive. This high-powered Harrisburg offense in Lincoln territory at the 46. Harrisburg averages 35 points a game, guided by Sam Knuth, a 6'4 senior off to St. Thomas University, Division I school in the Twin Cities next year. He has 3 wide right, 1 to the short side left, right to left go the Tigers. Hines is tailback next to him, and Knuth keeps it on the run, finds a crease as he turned the edge around the right corner, way across the 45 and plunging into some Lincoln defenders at the 40. A 6-yard quarterback keep for the Tigers to start the game. Knuth was 9 of 17, 64 yards, didn't throw a touchdown pass in the loss to Lincoln 2 weeks ago. He does like to run, carries it about 14 times a game, about 4 yards per carry. 6 on that. The first play of the game, it is 2nd and 4 Tigers from the Lincoln 40. It's a long 6. Lincoln has 4 down linemen. Knuth from the gun, hands it off to Hines, trying to go right side. Cannot get around the edge. He is stretched horizontally toward the far sideline, and Gabe Bruns, a linebacker, brings him down for about a 2.5-yard loss. It'll be 3rd and 7 Harrisburg on this state semifinal first drive.
And give credit to Luke Kremkes on that one. He didn't get the tackle, but he strung that play out and allowed his linebacker buddy to come up and make that play for the tackle for loss. A great job by Kremkes on the left side there of taking away the corner and the edge for Josiah Hines.
3rd and 7, Harrisburg, a wing and a wide out right. Knuth from the gun. He's got Hines right behind him. Feldy, the dangerous wide out on the near side left. Right to left they go. Handoff to Hines, looking for room, bouncing to the outside 40. First down, more 35. Through a tackler at the 30. And finally is dragged down at about the 24 by the Patriots. Jameer Bird, the cornerback, saves the touchdown. It's a run of 18 yards and a 3rd and long conversion on Harrisburg's first drive.
Left side of the Harrisburg offensive line just set that edge there. Got a great block out on the side by Braden Feldy, and that sprung Hines for a big one.
First down, Tigers, a First Dakota first down at the 25 of Lincoln. Hines rolling right, plenty of protection, looking downfield. Sidearm throw, it's caught. High point catch, far sideline, and out of bounds right away. Knocking down the first down stick for a First Dakota first down. I believe that
Jonah Knuth.
Thank you, Tim. It's hard to see the numbers. Jonah Knuth, the twin brother of quarterback Sam Knuth, a 6'2 senior, making the catch. It's a 9-yard gain, which means it's 2nd and 1 for Harrisburg. 2 minutes in, opening drive of the game. Handoff to Hines, right side. Oh, he gets right past an ankle tackle and just marches his way ahead to the 11. Couple Patriots bring him down. An easy First Dakota first down in the red zone for Harrisburg. After that 46-yard kickoff return, the Tigers have kept it on the ground 4 of their 5 plays, and they're moving and grooving. John Gaskins with Tim Hyatt. Harrisburg now at the Lincoln 12. Far hash, right to left. 4 down linemen for Lincoln, and Knuth from the pistol. Hines behind him. Low snap. Handoff to Hines up the middle. Breaks, tackles 10, and then just kind of diagonals left. A lunge left and ahead to the 5 for a gain of about 7. Boy, Harrisburg running with authority so far in this game.
And that's what we talked about. Hines not only has got great speed and can hit you, but he also has some pretty good moves. He made a couple of nice cuts, put his foot in the ground, and went back to the middle of the field, picked up a few extra yards, set up a great 2nd and short here.
Tigers 2nd and 3 from the Lincoln 5. Far hash right to left, tight set. 1 wide out each side, a wing to the right. Fake to Hines, throw to the cord. The goal line, it's tipped by Lincoln and falls incomplete in the back of the end zone. And boy, did a Lincoln defensive back almost have that. Tatum Bell, who had a short bout with an injury earlier in the season, almost got the pick.
Yep.
Here's
Connor
our
Gray
replay.
with the tip, I think, and then Bell. I think if Bell had been looking more towards where the ball was going, he might have been able to make a play on that. But
3 minutes in, first drive of the game, scoreless. Harrisburg 3rd and 3, Lincoln 5. Handoff Hines, left side. Oh, breaks right through tackles, dives over the goal line. It's a touchdown. Harrisburg draws first blood in the state semifinals on a Mack truck moving opening drive of 46 yards.
that was, as they say, pretty easy.
Yeah.
They moved that ball with ease. At a short field, obviously that helped set that up, but really no resistance whatsoever except for maybe one play by the Patriots. The kick is good, I believe.
Yep. Adam Maxwell, now 48 of 50 on the year after booting it straight through, and Harrisburg with a 7-0 lead. 9:03 remaining in the first quarter. Josiah Hines with 5 carries for about 35 yards on that opening drive, including the touchdown, his 17th of the season. 1 of 2 passing for Sam Knuth, including a 9-yard strike to his twin brother Jonah. That was a drive of 8 plays. It went 46 yards and took the first 2 minutes 57 seconds off the clock. State semis, the winner will play number 1 Brandon Valley or number 4 Jefferson should the Cavs get a big upset in Brandon tonight. We are at Howard Wood Field, where we have at least 5,000 on hand. Harrisburg, of course, brought a healthy contingency. I'm not sure what the theme is. I see a lot of shiny objects out there, but they're kind of
blinking lights. And
yeah, there's a lot of different colored blinking lights. I think Lincoln's student theme, actually it's Harrisburg because it was in the Harrisburg parking lot. This is very important information for the viewers. I think it's some sort of wintry theme because I saw ski masks.
Oh.
Must be because the temperatures are dipping in November. Not much wind, though, for the kickoff. And Kean Upton easily drills this 3 yards deep into the Lincoln end zone. And so a touchback for the Patriots. First offensive possession of the game. They'll start at their own 20. Guided by offensive coordinator Eric Struck. He's been with Jared Fredenberg along for this ride where the Patriots have really built themselves from the bottom of 11 AAA to the top at 13-0. Last year, state champions. This offense averages 41 points a game under a first-year starter. Sophomore Brody Schaefer is from the gun with a running back to his right. 2 wideouts each side. Lincoln spreading it out right away. Harrisburg 3-down lineman. And a 3-step drop, quick pass right side. It's caught, running back at the 23, but immediately a stick is made. Braden Feldy, the safety, got right to Louis Acasi, Lincoln's top receiver. Made that catch, a 4-yard gain, an immediate tackle at 2nd and 6 for the Patriots from the 24. Toss pitch, running back right side, and Josh Myers is squeezed to the near sideline by another safety at about the 27. A gain of 3. It'll bring up 3rd and 3 for the Patriots as
Patriots going quick, no huddle.
As they usually do.
Up tempo and like to keep the Tigers guessing in that way.
3 wide left, 1 to the near side right. And Schaefer from the gun, pressure up the middle. He's backpedaling. He turns around. He's throwing a deep ball left side toward the sideline. It is short. Single coverage, incomplete. Looking for Mikey Roach on that far sideline at about the 44, about 15 yards beyond the first down stick. And Lincoln forced to punt a 3-and-out on its first drive, already down 7-zip in the semifinals.
It was really pressure from just one guy. I think that was was Ostrom, the linebacker, and forced Schaefer to run around a little bit and just couldn't get enough on it as he was running away from that pressure. You know, if the Lincoln receiver has enough presence of mind to run back through that defender, he might have drawn a flag there, but they'll have to kick it away.
Low snap for the punter. Anderson, no, it's blocked. It's blocked. It's all the way back at the 1-yard line. It's recovered by Harrisburg on the 1. And the Harrisburg Tigers already up 7-0 get a monster play from Aiden Costain, a senior defensive end. It was forced by a low snap. Here's the replay. Edison Nola, good punter.
Comes right up the middle.
Yeah, but somebody missed their block on Costain. He slammed that thing down, and then he recovered it just a yard shy of the end zone. 8:01 remaining first quarter.
And I'm going to say, John, he made a great decision there because a lot of guys, they want to just try to scoop that up and get the touchdown. He's like, I'm going to fall on this, give my guys the chance to just, we're going to make sure we maintain possession, and they're set up pretty here at the 1-yard line.
More mature than most college players we see on Saturdays for sure. So they try a quarterback sneak, the Tigers do on 1st and goal from the 1, and they go nowhere. Sam Knuth just tried to mash it, and he couldn't get much of a tush push, and the Lincoln defenders, that wall was right there. Everybody, both sides of the ball, jumbled. That may have been a loss of a half a yard, just beyond the 1. 2nd and goal for Harrisburg, already up 7-zip off the block punt. And they have it on the far hash, right to left. Everybody is stacked at the line. A toss pitch. Hines right side. Through an ankle tackle. Bowling toward the goal line. Did he get in? No, he didn't. He was upended just shy of the goal line in that mass of humanity. Might be about a foot short. Yeah, they mark it on about the 1 foot line. 2 more chances for Harrisburg to punch this in.
Looked like Hines was going to get in for sure there, but the second unit, the linebackers there, came up and slammed the door shut on that hole.
Lincoln has a special offensive line, a really good front 7. 3rd and goal from the 1. Knuth, belt tie snap, hands it off to Hines, driving his legs off left tackle. He's finally in there for the touchdown. Josiah Hines using that lower body strength, and the Harrisburg Tigers, a 46-yard kickoff return, an 8-play touchdown drive, a blocked punt, and now a 1-yard score, up 13-0, less than halfway into the first quarter. And in to attempt the extra point again is Adam Maxwell, now 48 of 50 on the year. Snap and hold are perfect. The kick belted right through. 6:53 remaining first quarter. It is number 3 Harrisburg 14 and number 2 Lincoln nothing, and we take a break on the simulcast. Fox Sports 98.1, Metrosports.tv, and DakotaNewsNow.com.
Finding a place to belong is everything. It's where you can make a difference, where you're heard, where you have a team that supports you, and the benefits you deserve. At Avera, you can find that place. You belong at Avera. Apply today. Avera.org/careers.
Experience it all. Follow your academic and career goals and your love for the arts, music, and competition that thrills you. Learn from award-winning faculty and in classes where you are more than a number. Build lifelong friendships at game day experiences and in student organizations for all interests. At Augustana, you don't have to choose. Live and learn in the heart of South Dakota's largest city, where job opportunities, networks of professionals, and a hometown feel await you. Find your bold at Augustana University.
Harrisburg kicking off a line drive right to left, angling left and out of bounds. That was an ugly duck, and it went out at about the 10-yard line. Of course, that's a penalty in football. You have to keep a kickoff in bounds. And so Lincoln will get to start its second offensive possession at its own 35. And for now, the Patriots, who dominated the second half in this matchup between these two squads 2 weeks ago in the regular season finale to earn this home game in the semifinals, they're already in a 14-0 hole. They gave up a long kickoff return, a 46-yard touchdown drive, then a blocked punt, and a 1-yard drive. It's 14-zip Harrisburg. Just under 7 to go first quarter, and on an end around, Mikey Roach, the wideout, going right to left. Oh, he gets through tacklers as he turned the corner at the 40. Still through tacklers at the 45. Up ahead to the 40, and finally wrestled out of bounds at about the 35. Mikey Roach from the 35 to the 35, a 30-yard gain to get this Lincoln offense jump-started, and it goes right back to the line of scrimmage. It's a fast break, no-huddle offense. Brody Schaefer, the sophomore quarterback from the Harrisburg 35. First Dakota first down. He looks, he keeps, goes right, and then right into 4 different tacklers. He bows ahead to the 28. A gain of 7, and bang, bang, Lincoln to start its second offensive possession.
A big hitter to start this drive, exactly what the Patriots needed.
2nd and 3, the Harrisburg 28, left to right, man in motion. He gets the ball off the handoff. Roach again on the end around, diagonaling 25-20, and finally tripped up to about the 18, a 10-yard gain. And that's actually Javen Augustus, not only a backup running back, but also can be very useful as a receiver, a running receiver on that play. And the Patriots just keep motoring ahead, now in the red zone. Another First Dakota first down to the 19. Empty backfield, 5 wide set. Schaefer chased from his left, stepping back, throwing to the end zone, wide open. It's caught for a touchdown in the back of the end zone. The Patriots have sliced this lead in half in just 3 plays.
I think that was tight end Lucas Honor in the back of the end zone there.
It was Lucas Honor. Hard to see the numbers. Columbia blue jerseys, white numerals. But Honor gets his first TD catch of the year, and somebody missed their assignment on the Harrisburg defense. Schaefer had pressure again. Hayden Costain already has the punt block. He just threw it up for grabs, and almost all alone, Lucas Honor, the tight end, who this season has accounted for only a few catches. Now, Lincoln trying the swinging gate, 2-point conversion attempt. It's a dump over the middle, and it's knocked down by Harrisburg. The Patriots tried this very swinging gate play against Harrisburg unsuccessfully. It was a poor snap. The quarterback wasn't even ready for it in that occasion. They get the snap off this time, but Harrisburg, they saw it, they were ready for it.
Yeah, it looked like was it Knoll that took the snap? He had an option to pitch to the guy on the outside. There was a receiver open in the end zone, but that Harrisburg defender got there quickly. He kind of just finessed the ball to him, and the Harrisburg defender was able to knock it away.
Lincoln's drive, 3 plays, 65 yards, took just about a minute. 5:49 remaining in the first half. It's a 14-6 Harrisburg lead on the unsuccessful 2-point conversion attempt. I shortchanged Lucas Honor. It's his 2nd touchdown catch of the year, his 5th reception at all through 10 and just a few games. You never know in the biggest of games
who's going to step up.
Which obscure player is going to make the big play.
Well, and that was a much-needed 3-play touchdown drive for the Patriots because they were thinking maybe back to that game against Brandon when things didn't start out very well in that game as well, and before they knew it, they were way behind it. But this touchdown drive kind of stems the momentum of the Tigers, and if they can make the Tigers go a little bit further than they have the first 2 times they've had the ball, they might be in good shape here on this next possession.
Back-to-back end-arounds, 30 yards for Roach. Augustus the opposite side for 11, then a 19-yard touchdown pass. Schaefer to Honor, and the Patriots kicking off. Little wind, 50 degrees, left to right. Edison Knoll, boomer, end over end, but fielded at the 5. Once again, a new returner for Harrisburg across the 10, 15, and whoa, the Patriots were ready to blow that thing up at about the 17-yard line. That was a fast and furious open field tackle made, I believe, by Colin Lunders, the intended receiver on the 2-point conversion try. A return this time of only about 13 yards for Harrisburg's Miles Noir, who opened the game with a 44-yard run off the kickoff. And so the Tigers will start at their own 19, up 14-6, 5:42 remaining first quarter. A lot of fireworks early in this game. March right down the field by the Tigers. Then they block a punt and punch it in, and then the Patriots get in the end zone in just 3 plays. So in front of about 5,000 on a 50-degree night, the Tigers start their 3rd drive right to left of their own 19. 2 wideouts each side. Hand off to the tailback, Hines, and he runs right into the wall off right guard. Got 1 yard on that Patriots front 7.
Kishmar Eberline got a hand on his around his waist and just kind of hung on. Didn't allow him to get any momentum at all. The nose of the football right at the 20-yard line.
Josiah Hines was 7 carries, 37 yards in the early going. He had 197 yards in Harrisburg's loss to Lincoln 2 weeks ago. 2nd and 9 Tigers, their own 20, right to left, looking at a 4-man front. Knuth from the pistol. Hines behind him. Fake handoff. He goes to the right side, toward the sideline. Well overthrown. Tight end Severson was the intended wideout. I don't think he was pressured very hard, was Knuth. It was just an ill-timed throw.
Yeah, I think he locked on to Severson pretty early in that play, and just wasn't a lot of opportunity to get him the football in space.
Knuth now 1 of 3 passing for 9 yards, and we now have a 3rd and 9 for Harrisburg at their own 20. The Tigers this year on 3rd down, 42% against Lincoln. They were 5 of 12 2 weeks ago. We've had a stoppage of play, and the Tigers take the play clock all the way down. Now, it didn't take the game clock down at all because it was coming off an incomplete pass. So 5:03 remaining first quarter, state semifinals in Harrisburg with a 14-6 lead. That's the first time out either team has taken in this game. John Gaskins with Tim Hyatt a chance to reset the deck. Tigers won the toss, took the ball, crossed midfield on the kickoff. About 8 plays and 46 yards later, they took the lead. They blocked a punt after a 3-and-out, went back to the 1-yard line. But, man, Lincoln, I mean, talk about coming back with a vengeance.
Yeah, three big plays. I mean, you talked about Brandon White wanting to see explosive plays. The Patriots with 3 explosive plays on that touchdown drive, and they're right back in the game here. A much-needed touchdown to get that momentum slowed by the Tigers. And if they can get a 3-and-out here, they'll feel like maybe they're taking momentum onto their side.
The other state semifinal game has number 1 Brandon Valley leading number 4 Jefferson 7-zip 3 minutes in. So we presume in some fashion the Lynx quick touchdown drive. And back here at Howard Field, 3rd and 9 for the Tigers. Again, 42% on the year on 3rd down. But this is 3rd and 9. And boy, Lincoln, a lot of guys in that box. It's a tight offensive set. Knuth, play action, throws it deep, right side, receivers open, makes the catch just across midfield, out of bounds.
They say he was out of bounds.
They say Feldy was out of bounds.
Wow.
The Lincoln crowd roars and rises to its feet. 3-and-out Harrisburg. Lincoln with all the momentum now, and a great field level replay coming up on Metro Sports TV.
It's a really good ball from Knuth. Ooh.
Well, it's hard to tell on the far side of the field. Sure looked complete up here.
The trail official was the one who made the call.
Yeah.
He was about 20 yards behind the play, but he had a good look of where Feldy's foot came down, and he called him out of bounds.
And our booth is as you see it on the TV screen on the far side. So, punt coming from the 20-yard line. This is a bit of a knuckleball right down the numbers on the far side. Landed at midfield. Patriots let it go, and boy, what a Harrisburg bounce and roll all the way to the 21.
Whew.
That's a 61-yard punt, easily the longest of the year for Kean Upton for Harrisburg. Actually, he has a 62-yarder, but the bigger deal is Lincoln gets the ball back with momentum, trailing 14-6, 4:42 remaining, first quarter in the state semifinals. And back on the field comes Brody Schaefer, the sophomore. Things didn't go great on that first drive, threw an incomplete pass on 3rd and 3. Punt was blocked. Last drive, threw a 19-yard touchdown pass after a pair of successful jet sweep plays. Again, a lot of guys in the box. Trips to the right, handoff, tailback Myers spinning through tacklers as he went off right guard to about the 23, maybe a 2-yard gain. Harrisburg had a lot of guys there, and they were ready for him. Josh Myers, with his second carry of the game, he's a senior. He really waited his turn, and now Lincoln just goes right back to the passing game. Through left side, completed a pass to the 29-yard line on the far boundary in single coverage. 2 yards, make that a yard shy of a first down, a 6-yard gain.
Akosi again.
Yep. Louis Akasi, the Lincoln's leading receiver. And so now it's 3rd and 1 Lincoln. 4 minutes remaining, first quarter, down 8. Its own 30, left to right. A single setback is next to the quarterback, Schaefer. 2 men. Move from left to the right side of the line. Tights to each side. 2 wide right. Handoff. Oh, a big hole up the middle for Myers. Angling right 40. First down and more 45. And finally slipped up by Justin Cabrera, the cornerback at the 47. A 17-yard gain for Josh Myers and a First Dakota first down near midfield for Lincoln.
Great open field tackle there by Cabrera, because if he doesn't make that tackle, Myers is probably still running. But a big first down for the Patriots. They move it up near midfield.
Yeah, they have it at the 47 on the near side, left to right. Roach in motion right to far left. He's the single wide out that side. 1 wide out short side right. Play action. Schaefer looking left the whole time, swinging it, throwing it. Caught on the numbers 48 and immediately tackled was Mikey Roach. Great coverage by the Tigers to make that a minimal gain and no yards after the catch, a 5-yard gain. And boy, Mikey Roach has really come on strong for quarterback Brody Schaefer the last 3 weeks. 2nd and 5 Patriots at the Harrisburg 48. Handoff Myers off right guard through tacklers 45. Ooh. Oh, what a juke at the 40. Through a tackler 35 and rumbled all the way across the 30 to the 25. The ball may have come loose.
I think it did.
The Tigers say they have it, and they do. Wow, that was a steamrolling drive by the Lincoln Patriots, thwarted by a fumble as Myers fought for extra yardage on what was a gain
and he nearly
of 23
lost it
yards.
Earlier in the run there. Regathered it, and then as he was going down, the ball popped loose.
Yeah, he was tackled, and certainly that force of nature from Grayer Van Hall, the cornerback, part of the Myers fumble. Couldn't see who recovered it, but Harrisburg gets its first turnover of the game. They also had a blocked punt, which kind of feels like a turnover. And so up 14-6. Inside 3 minutes to go, first quarter. State semifinals. The Tigers have it at their own 25. Knuth from the gun. Hines just to his left. A wing left. 2 wide left, 1 right. Hines steps back. 5-step drop. Dumps it over the middle screen past Hines. Caught 25. And then just kind of tries to muscle his way through tacklers. Finally upended on the near hash at the 27. So that was a lot of action for a 2-yard gain. On the screen pass, maybe 3. It'll be second and long for Harrisburg. Again, great crowd at Howard Wood Field, at least 5, maybe 6, maybe 7,000. Stadium seats 12,000. It's a 50-degree night, little wind. Tigers now second and 7, their own 28. In between the hashes, right to left, 5 down linemen for Lincoln. Open field left. Knuth looking at a roll to the right, still looking, throwing, just past the stick. A catch is made, but is it inbounds? It is. Falling out of bounds on the catch.
Knuth again.
Was Jonah Knuth, the twin brother of the senior quarterback Sam Knuth. It's a First Dakota first down gain of 9 yards to the 37.
Well, Harrisburg saying if you're going to take Feldy away, then we're going to look elsewhere. And right now, Sam and his brother Jonah are hooking up. They've hooked up twice for first downs. That one gives a fresh set to the Tigers.
2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. From the 37, their own 37. Oh, pressure comes and a sack.
Ruben Dye.
So Sam Knuth was rolling left looking for open receivers, but Ruben Dye, who absolutely wrecked the Tiger offense in the second half in the first matchup 2 weeks ago, chalks up his 5th sack of the year. What a player. He is 5'11", 245. By now, the senior should have some looks, at least from some Division II schools. A 5-yard loss. Second and 15, Harrisburg, their own 32, right to left. 3 down lineman Lincoln, 3 wideouts right. Knuth hands off to Hines right side, some space through a tackler 35, and then just kind of cut up the middle down the far hashes to about the 38. So it's about a 6-yard gain, but it'll bring up 3rd and 9 for these Tigers.
After that sack by Dye, Knuth kind of flexing that left leg, John. Looked like was a little shaken up after that tackle. We'll keep an eye on that on this 3rd and 9 here.
Harrisburg on 3rd down this season, 42% against Lincoln 2 weeks ago, 5 of 12. The Tigers from their own 38, 3rd and 9. 3 down lineman Lincoln. 2 wide left, 1 to the far side right, a wing right, an extra man, now 2 extra men creep up to the line for Lincoln. A play action, Knuth, pressure, caving in, he decides to run, he's ankle tackled, he stretches to the line of scrimmage, but the Patriots get the big-time 3rd down stop and force Harrisburg to punt.
Gabe Bruns on the tackle, but there were a couple of other linebackers in there as well, but Bruns got him around the ankle, and Knuth, I don't think he got any positive yardage back to the original line of scrimmage, and they'll have to kick it away.
So Lincoln down 14-6 off a big run that was ended by a fumble. No harm, no foul. Harrisburg needs to punt from its own 38-yard line. Kean Upton is the punter, back at his own 25. 2 returners set for Lincoln at their 25, but the clock runs out in the first quarter. What an entertaining first 12 minutes it was. The Tigers score the first 14. The Patriots tack on 6. It's an 8-point game as we go to the second. In the state semifinals, it's our Avera Game of the Week on Fox Sports 98.1, Metrosports.tv, and DakotaNewsNow.com.
The First Bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Jackrabbits don't wait to see what the future holds. They build it. At South Dakota State University, the next generation's leaders are preparing to launch. They're focusing on growth, and they're reaching new heights of excellence across vital industries. SDSU is building something greater for South Dakota and the world. Join us.
The second quarter of the state semifinals starts with a punt. Harrisburg up 14-6. Kean Upton booted it high, booted it left to right as we saw it. The Patriots let it go because it was short. It bounced and rolled out of bounds at about the 20-yard line, so that's where Lincoln will start its fourth possession. The first ended 3-and-out, a blocked punt. Harrisburg cashed it in to go up 14-zip. The second possession, a vengeance. 3 plays for Lincoln, 65 yards, a 19-yard touchdown pass. Third drive was going well until a fumble at Harrisburg's 25. So the Patriots started their own 20, down 14-6, empty backfield, man in motion in front of the quarterback, right to left. Schaefer, the QB, just keeps it and runs into a white wall of Harrisburg players at the 21. Just a 1-yard gain. Make that 2. They mark it at the 22.
Yeah,
Patriots, sorry, Tim.
They showed that fly sweep motion again, and that time Schaefer kept it, but Harrisburg stayed home.
Twins each side. Schaefer steps back on 2nd and 8. Looking, plenty of time. Heaves it deep downfield. Open receiver. It's overthrown. Between the numbers and the boundary on the far side at the 38, a flag flew. It's the second penalty of the game, and the first was a kickoff out of bounds.
Yep.
So this is the first penalty from scrimmage, and we are 40 seconds into the second quarter.
This is going to be a holding on Lincoln, I think.
Yeah. It was in Lincoln's backfield after the snap. That's usually the case. And Tim is 1 for 1 today, so we will. Oh, it's declined, though.
Yep.
And
bring up third down.
Yeah, not a bad idea by Harrisburg. The Tiger defense on third down this year, 33%. So it's not a good rate for opponents, and this is a 3rd and 8. 40 seconds into the second quarter. Lincoln with the ball, trailing 14-6. State semifinals. 2 wide, short side right, and 2 to the near side left. Schaefer from the gun. Myers next to him. Akasi goes left to right, makes it 3 over to that side. A throw over the middle. Caught past the first down stick at the 35. Feldy with an immediate tackle, but it's a conversion for Everett Starks to the 36, a 14-yard gain. Big time 3rd and long conversion for Lincoln, down 8. And, of course, the Patriots zoom back up to the line. Far hash from the 37. It's a First Dakota 1st and 10. 2 wide, tight right. 1 near side left. Schaefer from the gun. Fakes a handoff. Throws right. Caught. And spinning past a tackler at the 40. And ahead to the 47. Mikey Roach again getting the lion's share of the throws from sophomore quarterback Brody Schaefer the last 3 weeks. It's a gain of 7, and again the Patriots fast break it to their own 44. 2nd and 3, handoff. Myers cannot weave his way through traffic. He inches forward, maybe back to the line of scrimmage through about 3 different Tigers. One of them is the nose guard, Connor Lag, and it brings up a 3rd and 3. So Lincoln with an offense full of weapons, with an offensive coordinator full of all kinds of different plays, all kinds of things at your disposal on 3rd and 3. It's a big one. 2 minutes into the second quarter, Lincoln is down 14-6. The Tigers have 7 men at the line of scrimmage. The Patriots have 3 wide right. Now one of them in motion. Roach right to slot left. 2 wideouts left. And from the gun, Schaefer takes it, rolls left, throws left. It's almost picked off. Incomplete at midfield. Justin Cabrera, the Tigers' most experienced cornerback, makes the breakup. He's the team leader in that. Roach the intended wideout. Lincoln has to punt.
Good read there by Cabrera. He knew right away what that play was and where Schaefer was looking to go with it. Just beyond the sticks, nearly made another game-changing play, a takeaway, but sets up a 4th down here, and the Patriots bring out the punting unit.
So after fireworks on the first 3 drives of the game between these two teams, 14-6, Harrisburg took the early lead. Nobody has scored. Now we're getting some punts. And Edison Knoll standing back at his own 32. 1 returner, Feldy. Dangerous. It's a fake punt. Knoll taking it near side 40, trying to get around the edge, and the Tigers chase him to the sideline. Camden Schimmel with the play. And right next to him was Ostrom, and Lincoln gets negative yardage on the punt fake, and Harrisburg takes over in Lincoln territory at the 37, up by 8. And Edison Knoll, he's very capable. He's just a Johnny All-American. He's a really good safety. Excellent, big, booming right foot on kickoffs and extra point attempts and field goals, and also can make plays with the ball, but not there.
Not that time. And again, John, the Tigers will start in Lincoln territory for their third time tonight. They've scored the first 2 times they've had it in Lincoln territory. We'll see what happens on this one.
Those were set up by a long opening kickoff return and a punt block. And now the Tigers at the Lincoln 38. First Dakota first down, handoff. Hines cannot shed tacklers. They have to chase him from behind to get there. He dives ahead to the 35 on the near numbers, they mark it 36. It's a 2-yard gain, and making the tackle for Lincoln, their leading tackler, Connor Gray, came into the game with 51 tackles on the year, 5 a game. 2nd and 8 after the 2-yard gain. And again from the pistol, senior quarterback Sam Knuth with running back Josiah Hines right behind him, a wing right. Handoff left. Hines fell down. He may have tripped over his own player, but coming in to make a big play on that player to force that momentum for Lincoln was Griffin Keller, their leading tackler last year. It's a 3-yard loss. It brings up 3rd and 11.
And the nosed man for Lincoln, Kishmar Eberline, in there as well, just drives his guy about 3 yards into the backfield and just blew that play up.
So, 3 minutes into the second quarter, Harrisburg the ball, up 14-6 off the fake punt stop. 3rd and 11, the Lincoln 39. You hear the Patriot fans roaring. Knuth from the pistol fakes a handoff, looking left, Chase now throws over the middle. It's incomplete through the extended right hand of Justin Cabrera at the 10-yard line. 2 Lincoln defenders were in the area, just a little overthrown. The timing just a little off from the Lincoln pass rush. And Harrisburg, what will they do? 4th and 11 in no man's land at the Lincoln 39. You could punt. It's not going to be a field goal try of 56 yards. Or you could just plain go for it. Up by 8 early second quarter. Does not appear the punt unit is coming onto the field. Sam Knuth looking at his left wrist. The play called in from head coach Brandon White on the sideline. 4th and 11 Harrisburg. Lincoln 39, and the Patriots call a timeout. Jared Fredenberg, their defensive-minded head coach, appeared to have lost his mind. He took off his hat, and I don't know if he's upset at the defensive staff or the officials, but either way, Lincoln with their first time out of the half.
Yeah, it looked like Lincoln was set up for a punt there, John, because Roach and another safety were they're about 15 yards behind the sticks needed for the first down, which was not going to help them at all there. I think they were expecting that ball to be kicked, and Jared Fredenberg noticed that, called a quick timeout, and hopefully they regroup here, and we'll see what Harrisburg does after this timeout. Do they stick with the offensive unit on the field, or do they think about kicking it and playing the field position game, because they're winning it right now?
It's going to be a major play in this game, already full of big plays. Harrisburg is up 14-6. The winner is going to the state semifinals. We had a flag that appeared to be waved off. Too many men on the field would have been the penalty for Lincoln had they not called timeout.
That must have been what Jared Fredenberg was upset about, too.
Yeah. So he prevents utter disaster. The cost is 1 timeout in a game that so far is tight, expected to be tight. That could be costly later in the half. Both teams have 2 timeouts for these final 8 minutes, 38 seconds of the first half. So Harrisburg again sends its offense onto the field. Up 14-6, 4th and 11, the Lincoln 39. 3 wide left, 1 to the right. Hines from the pistol, or Knuth pistol, Hines behind him. Lincoln just 3 down linemen, not showing blitz. 4th and 11 Tigers. 3-step drop for Knuth, rolling to his left. Penalties come, slings it over the middle. Intercepted at the 16-yard line by Lincoln. The 20, Edison No 30, angling right 40, and finally tackled at the 48. Flag. A flag at the beginning of the play as the quarterback was rolling out, then a flag near the tackle at the end of the play. If it stands, the interception is a 32-yard return and a major turning point in this game. Well, kind of. It was a 4th down at midfield. Had it not been converted, the play would have ended at about the same spot, but it'll be really interesting to see where it goes from here.
Yeah, I mean, the second flag is going to be a penalty on the Patriots on that return for sure. It's what that first flag is that will determine if it's Lincoln's ball or if that was a penalty on Lincoln. Does Harrisburg have a fourth down do-over?
Well, we are awaiting the official call, and we are about to have it. Lincoln is already celebrating. Illegal formation on Harrisburg. A block in the back on Lincoln on the return. So obviously the Patriots declining the Harrisburg penalty.
Yep.
And then the illegal block in the back will set Lincoln back off where the return ended, which was at the 48. 38.
Yep. They'll mark it at the 28 is where they'll start this
Thank
possession.
you. Thank you. That's why you're here. Tim Hyatt spelling for Baton Rouge-bound Curtis Riggs, ready for the Alabama-LSU game, and his best friend, and they're both your good friends, Kalen DeBoer, head coach at Alabama. 1st and 10. Lincoln from its own 28. 8.5 minutes remaining first half. State semifinals at home. Trailing Harrisburg 14-6. Twins to each side. A quick sling to the left. Mikey Roach catches it near numbers 30. Can't break out of a tackle. One guy missed. Carter Schimmel, the safety, one of the more physical players in the state. This is like, tells Mikey Roach, will you give it up already? I'm not going to let you get any further. The play ends at the 33. It's a 5-yard gain. Lincoln races to the line. Now it's on the near side hash. 2 wide each side. Hand off to Myers, the tailback, through one tackle across the 35. And then bowing ahead for a couple more yards to about the 38.
Really?
And it's very close to a first down.
I think they're going to give it to them, yep.
They do. It's a First Dakota first down for Lincoln. So Josh Myers, the tailback, 4 carries, 46 yards in the first quarter. And a few more in the second. Lincoln again with 3 wide right, 1 to the near side left. Roach in motion, gets the handoff on the jet sweep around the edge, 40 through tacklers 45, and he is
close to another
wrestled
first down.
Ahead by Ostrom to the 48. A gain of 10, another First Dakota first down. This Lincoln offense now moving and grooving.
And a great block on that sweep by Myers to allow Roach to pick up the extra yards he needed to get that first down.
Roach again on the jet sweep, but it's a fake. Step back, deep ball over the middle. Akasi is wide open. He catches it 15. No one there to greet him. He's in the end zone. It's a touchdown pass, 52 yards. And the Lincoln Patriots a 2-point conversion from tying this game. Wow, what a play fake. And Louis Akasi showing off that burner speed. It's a touchdown for Lincoln.
And it was a great play design because they had Myers come out of the backfield. He showed wheel route, and I think he sucked some of the Harrisburg defense into that, and Akasi just ran free, and it was a perfect throw from Schaefer. Akasi just had to run under it. He's 5 yards beyond Cabrera there, and that's the touchdown.
Now Lincoln decides to not chase the points. The extra point attempt by Edison Knoll boomed through the uprights. Harrisburg leads Lincoln 14-13 with 7:21 remaining in the first half. We keep it right here on the simulcast. Fox Sports 98.1, Metrosports.tv, DakotaNewsNow.com. For Brody Schaefer, his 22nd touchdown pass of the year. His second tonight. His other was 19 yards to backup tight end Lucas Honor in the first quarter. And for Louis Akasi, his 9th touchdown reception of the year. He's averaging 17 yards per reception. That 52-yarder will bolster that average. He's a special one. He was not a varsity member last year. He was playing behind guys like Jack Smith, the all-time state record holder for receptions, reception yards, touchdowns in Class 11 AAA, which is a level of play that's only a decade old, but still, Jack Smith is at South Dakota State now. The Patriots also had a great tight end in Dawson Syme.
Isaac Jarofsky.
Thank you.
Yep.
I left out the University of Sioux Falls guy.
That's
Forgive
right.
me. And Syme also going to the University of Sioux Falls. So, and that was all under the guidance of senior quarterback Tate Schaefer, who in 3 years also obliterated Lincoln records and 11 AAA records.
Yep.
And his younger brother Brody, like Tate, starting as a sophomore, unlike Tate, lighting it up from the get-go. And we saw another great fake and a 52-yard touchdown pass to a new weapon. 14-13 is the Harrisburg lead. The Patriots have scored the last 13. 7:21 remaining first half. And Lincoln kicking off right to left, and Knoll with plenty of leg boots it 2 yards deep into the end zone down the far hashes. And so Harrisburg will start at its own 20. How did we get to 14-13? Well, Harrisburg won the toss, took the ball, returned it across midfield, went 8 plays, 46 yards. And Josiah Hines' short touchdown made it 7-zip. They forced Lincoln 3 and out, blocked the punt. It rolled all the way to the 1. Austin Costain lied on it. 3 plays later, Harrisburg was up 14-zip on another Hines run. But then the Patriots came roaring back. 3 plays, 65 yards, made it 14-6. They traded possessions. Lincoln just went on a nice long drive, but a 52-yard touchdown pass to cut it to 1. And so Harrisburg, a First Dakota first down at its own 20, a handoff. Hines is undercut short of the line of scrimmage. He tried to go off to the right side.
Connor Gray with the tackle.
Connor Gray, I thought it was him. I trusted myself. Again, I can't see the numbers very well up here. Columbia blue jerseys, white numerals for Lincoln. They've got white pants, white helmets. Harrisburg with white jerseys and pants, maroon numerals, not as thick and blocky as we would like them to be to see all the way up here, but it's okay. And maroon helmets. You can hear the Lincoln students underneath us. They're into it. Down 1. A tight and a wing to the left. 2 wide to the left. And open field right for Harrisburg. 2nd and 11 after the 1-yard loss. And Knuth scrambling left side. Runs out of bounds. The Patriots chase him all the way there. Nothing going on. And it's a 1-yard gain to bring up 3rd and 10.
Yeah, there was nobody open downfield. I'm certain that Sam wanted to try to throw that ball, but they were covered well, and he tried to get around the edge, but Patriots just kept that corner closed off, and he just had to run it out of bounds.
Tigers race to the line, 3rd and 11. Knuth attempting the hard count. The Patriots not biting. They have 3 down linemen. They're staying back. 3 wide right, 1 to the short side left. Harrisburg up 1 mid-second quarter. 3rd and 11 from their own 19. 3-step drop. Knuth rifles over the middle. It's incomplete. Batted down. What a great play. Karsten Benson, the middle linebacker. And a 3 and out for Harrisburg. The Patriots, with a tidal wave of momentum, will get the ball back, likely in good field position. Instant replay.
Yeah, Benson just dropped in coverage. They had a man. His receiver was open going across the field, but Benson just got his left hand up there and knocked it away and forced this Tiger punt.
Upton back at his own 5. Takes a clean snap, another knuckleball. Bit of a sidewinder this time. Patriots let it go because it was 15 yards in front of returner Mikey Roach, and the Tigers sit on it as quick as they can at the Harrisburg 44. So Lincoln with 13 points in a row with a big defensive stop that gives them awesome field position off a very short punt of 25 yards. Lincoln scored the final 20 points of the game 2 weeks ago in the regular season finale after trailing 10 at halftime. The winner tonight goes to the state championship game, and Lincoln now has 4 wide left. Now one of those receivers, Plord, the tight end, moves to play tight end. Open field right. First Dakota first down, the Harrisburg 44. Play action. Schaefer plenty of time throwing left. Caught near sideline and just ushered out of bounds. Mikey Roach at the 38. A gain of 6 for the sophomore quarterback, Brody Schaefer.
4th catch tonight for Roach.
Yeah, he has been useful. So the Patriots again zoom up to the line. 3 wide right, 2 to the near side left, an empty backfield for Schaefer on 2nd and 4. The Harrisburg 38. Man in motion left to right in front of Schaefer. The fake handoff. He runs himself off the left and is tripped across the 30 to the 28. But another First Dakota first down, a 10-yard rush. Brody Schaefer, the quarterback, ran for 117 yards on 15 carries on these Tigers 2 weeks ago. Now he has the Patriots inside the 30. As we get inside 6 minutes left, second quarter, Lincoln still down 14-13. First Dakota first down at the Harrisburg 28. A high snap, a lot of motion. Schaefer, plenty of time looking, now being chased to the left, rolling right, throwing over the middle. Caught first down by Josh Myers, the running back. He is pummeled ahead for a few extra yards to the 7. It'll be 1st and goal Lincoln after about a 20-yard pickup. It's a great 20-yard pickup.
Yeah.
Schaefer had all kinds of room in front of him to run, but I don't know if he would have gotten as many yards as Myers did eventually.
Just the threat of it allows that receiver to come open in the middle of the field. He's between 2 linebackers, and a big gain for the the Patriots.
First and goal, Lincoln. At the 7, far hash, right to left. Schaefer hands it off to Myers, dancing, cutting across the 5, barreled down to the 1. It's a 6-yard gain. Myers with the initial move right.
It was Augustus actually on that carry.
Cut left, thank you. They're very similar size. They're very similar ability. Myers averaging 7 yards a catch, rush. Augustus 10 yards a carry. And so now Lincoln, after that 6-yard gain, 2nd and 1, looking to take its first lead of the game. 3 running backs lined up right behind the quarterback, Schaefer. It's a handoff to one of them. He's inching off left guard. The Patriots appear to have the touchdown, and they do. It's a score for Lincoln.
I didn't see the number. Was it?
Yeah, I think
somebody wearing a 4.
Yep. He was the middle running back lined up. That appears to be 45. If that's the case, that's Karsten Benson, the linebacker who had the big pass breakup on 3rd down that forced Harrisburg's punt that led to this Lincoln touchdown drive. So now the Patriots up by 5. Snap, hold, Knowles' kick is good, and just like the second half, 2 weeks ago in Harrisburg, the Patriots have scored 20 unanswered points and lead the Tigers 20-14. It's the state semifinals with 5 minutes left in the first half. And we take a break on Fox Sports 98.1, Metrosports.tv, and DakotaNewsNow.com.
Touchmark at All Saints is a full-service, award-winning retirement community set in the heart of historic downtown Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
At Touchmark, we want to preserve the independence that you have.
We want to make sure that every part of who you are is fulfilled.
I would recommend this to anybody. I think this is just a great way to spend your retirement years.
At the end of the day, we're here to live the full life.
Kickoff for Lincoln. After taking its first lead of the state semifinal, the Patriots have scored 20 in a row. Edison Knoll, right to left. Very little wind, 50-degree night. Another boomer return at the 1. Up the numbers 10, cutting right 15 through tacklers 20. And Braden Feldy, one of the fastest players in the state, finally wrapped up a lower body grab to the 22, about a 21-yard return for the senior, and the Harrisburg Tigers take over. Now trailing for the first time tonight. It's 20-14, 4:45 remaining first half.
And with 4:45 left in the half, that's the first time we've said Braden Feldy's name, and that's got to change for Harrisburg because he is so dynamic, and they just have not been able to get him the football yet in this game.
Tigers scored easily on an 8-play, 48-yard drive to open the game after a 44-yard kickoff return. Got a blocked punt, a 1-yard drive. That is it for their scoring. Handoff Hines, the running back up the middle. Boy, he had an initial burst, plenty of space, and then he was stuck hard to the ground across the 25 to the 26. Ruben Dye, the defensive end, a name we have said a lot down the stretch of Lincoln's season. It's a 4-yard gain. And it'll bring up 2nd and 6 for the Tigers, trying to restore sanity after a great start to the game, but Patriots have dominated since. 2 wide right, open field left, and the quarterback, Sam Knuth, keeps it up the middle, and boy, just keeps, he bows his head, gets that lower body to center of gravity, and is able to squeeze his way through a tunnel to the 32. The play ends a yard shy of the first down. So 3rd and 1 Harrisburg. It's been a mixed bag of third down results tonight. 42% on the year from their own 32. 4-man Lincoln front, left to right. 2 wide right, handoff Hines, right guard. He got the first down. He runs right into the arms of Lincoln defender Edison Knoll, the safety, but Knoll didn't quite have the angle to stop Hines from the first down. 3-yard gain and a First Dakota first down to the 36. Tigers have been huddling. It's a newfangled thing in football, the huddle. And the quarterback, Knuth, between the hashes, left to right. 1st and 10, his own 36. 1 wide left, 3 wide right. Hines right behind him and gets the handoff. Hines stretching it right side, turns the corner, marches through some defenders, and finally falls ahead to the 40. An adventurous 4-yard run through traffic to bring up 2nd and 6.
There were 3 Lincoln defenders that had him hemmed in, and he made one cut and was able to make all 3 of them miss and pick up 4 yards.
Yeah, he's a great all-state candidate for a running back in 11 AAA, no doubt about it. He's averaging 131 yards a game, 7.5 a carry. 4 on that carry. 2nd and 6, Harrisburg, their own 40, near hash, left to right, 3 wide left, that's where the ball goes. Feldy catches it, pops loose, recovered by Lincoln. Was it whistled incompletion? Yes.
The referee behind the play marks it incomplete.
He never quite had possession, but boy, the defender was coming at him hard. Field level instant replay on that.
It was Knoll with the breakup.
Edison, Knoll.
Wow. And they were trying to get it to Feldy in space, and Knoll read that perfectly. Broke it up, and it sets up a huge 3rd down here.
Such a talented defender, one of the favorites of head coach Jared Fredenberg, who coaches the defense. And now, Lincoln students come to a roar. The Patriots up 20-14, 2:42 remaining, first half. Big 3rd down for the Tigers. 6 yards to go from their own 40.
Play clock at 3. They better hurry.
And you called it, Tim. Head coach Brandon White, who calls the offense, burns the 2nd of 3 available timeouts. And we keep it here. Fox Sports 98.1 Radio, Metrosports.tv, DakotaNewsNow.com. It's the state semifinals, 11 AAA, South Dakota. We're at Howard Field in Sioux Falls on a 50-degree calm night. In the other semifinal game, Brandon Valley, the number 1 team, tied with number 4 Jefferson, 14 apiece in the second quarter last we checked. So the winner of this game and that meets in the Dakota Dome Saturday night, 5 o'clock, for all the marbles. And this, meanwhile, a rematch of, I don't know if I'd call it a classic or even a thriller, but it was a really fun game.
Interesting game for sure.
The tale of 2 halves. Yep. Harrisburg up 17-7 at the break. Lincoln scored all 20 and had the ball most of the second half.
Right now we've got a tale of 2 quarters. 14-0 Harrisburg in the first. 14-6 at the end of 1. And the Patriots have scored 20 unanswered to hold this 2014 lead now with 2:42 left in the half.
So we have a 3rd and 6 for the Tigers from their own 40. 3 wide left, 1 to the near side right. Hines to the left of quarterback Sam Knuth. 3 down lineman Lincoln. You hear the Lincoln crowd. And Knuth calls his count, claps his hands, throws left side. Feldy catches it, drops it in the backfield, picks it up, and is tackled back at the 35. The Tigers appear to be going for a trick play. Feldy, the wide receiver, who was looking for 1 man downfield at the Lincoln 40.
And he had him, too. Josiah Hines was streaking across the field. He was a step or 2 beyond Tatum Bell. I wonder if Feldy turned upfield, looked upfield too quickly, and just didn't catch the football.
One of the most athletic, highest level, highest IQ football players on Harrisburg, one of the best teams in the state. He will not sleep well tonight because he's such a playmaker, and he just simply dropped that ball, probably just getting so excited about a rare chance to throw a pass. Now, timeout at the end of that play. The officials just said something while I was talking and not listening.
I think it was Lincoln that took the timeout.
Thank you.
2.5 to go. They preserve as much clock as they can here.
A 20-14 lead with 20 unanswered points. Defense absolutely shutting down Harrisburg in the second quarter, and really since the first possession. I mean, the Tigers had a short field off a 44-yard kickoff return, and then had a 1-yard field to punch in a blocked punt after Lincoln's first possession. Since then, the Tigers, very little to show on offense. They got into Lincoln territory once a few minutes ago, threw an interception on 4th down. On this 4th and 11, they punt from their own 35. Upton back at his own 20. 2 returners, Lincoln at the 30. Left to right as we see it, spiraling, short. Lands at the 32, and Mikey Roach lets it go. It gets another 10, 15 yards of roll all the way to the far numbers
got
at the 18.
Flag at the 36-yard line as well.
Yeah, that's interesting development. in front of about 6,000 at Howard Wood Field on this crisp autumn night. Not very many flags have flown in this game. Maybe 3. Has not been a major factor.
About a 47-yard punt by Upton.
Neither team returning punts.
It's going to be a hold on, or illegal use of the hands on Lincoln. Illegal block on Lincoln, rather. So they'll back him up even further.
Right. That ended at the 18. 2:16 remaining first half. Lincoln up 20-14. State semifinals. And the ball now all the way back at the 9 for the Patriots. But it doesn't matter where you put the ball. Since Harrisburg took that 14-0 lead, Lincoln has moved it well, just like the Patriots did in the second half 2 weeks ago.
You might change the approach here on the first couple of plays since you're standing in the shadow of your goalpost. Eric Struck and Jared Fredenberg may think, let's just go a little conservative here on these first couple plays and see what happens, and then maybe we can open things up.
Each team with one timeout left in this last 2:16. From the pistol, a handoff, tailback, right up the middle. Boy, got great yardage through a bunch of white jerseys. Josh Myers, the starting tailback, crossed the 10, fell forward to the 11, a gain of 2. That felt like a better run than the yardage. And it's 2nd and 8, Lincoln, clock rolling inside, 2 minutes to go first half. And the Patriots, this is about the only time you ever see them slow down when they have the lead.
Actually give us a chance to talk between plays, maybe.
Late in a half. You're glad we're not paying you by the word.
That's right.
2 wide left, and there were tight in a wing to the right that shift to the left side now for Lincoln on 2nd and 8, their own 11. Clock all the way down to 1:35 left first half. It's a keeper. Schaefer left, cuts right, first down more, 15 through traffic, 20. One guy to beat at the 30, and fortunately for the Tigers, that one guy able to take him down. Great open field tackle, Bradley Esser, the leading tackler for Harrisburg coming into the year. But a 20-yard gain for Schaefer, a First Dakota first down. This time Lincoln races back to the line from its own 31, far hash, right to left. Schaefer pumps, throws, fade route, left side, Akasi in double coverage. It's broken up, but flags fly at the 40-yard line of Harrisburg on the near numbers. Schaefer took the shot, and Justin Cabrera and Carter Schimmel, their 2 biggest hitting defenders, they took the bait.
Yeah, Akasi just kind of came back to the football. It was thrown short, and you run into the defender like that, you're going to get a flag more often than not, and that's what happened. And Lincoln moves up near midfield. They'll start this new set of downs here at their own 46.
High school football penalty is 15 yards. I didn't see if it was Camden Schimmel or Cabrera who was whistled for the hit. Cabrera is one of the most risk-taking physical defenders in the state. He's willing to live sometimes with that. But now Lincoln, First Dakota first down, its own 46. RPO, keeper up the middle for Schaefer. Off one fake handoff, and the seas parted. He crossed midfield and was upended at the 45 in open space. That's a gain of 9. 1 minute remaining first half. Lincoln up by 6. State semifinals. Empty backfield. 2 right, 3 left for Schaefer. 3-step drop, looking. Pressure comes from the middle. Rolls right. Throws it way downfield. There's an open receiver, but Akasi can't get to it. It's about 5 yards right of Akasi at the 5-yard line. He caught a 52-yarder for a touchdown on Lincoln's last drive. The clock stops with 45 seconds remaining in the first half. Lincoln a 20-14 lead.
Harrisburg did just enough to make Schaefer uncomfortable on that. He couldn't quite get his feet set the way he wanted. If he sets his feet, I think he hits Akasi in stride, and that's another long touchdown. But good pressure from the Tigers sets up this 3rd and short.
3rd and 1 for Lincoln. Wing and a tight to the left side. Hand off to Myers. Hit hard before he burst through for a first down. Plunged ahead to the 44. He bounces off that tackle. Grinds for a couple of yards. And now Lincoln a First Dakota first down with under 40 seconds remaining first half. Patriots and Tigers each have 1 timeout. Lincoln is up 6. The ball at the Harrisburg 44 between the hashes.
Clock rolling here.
Right to left. Patriots have 2 wide right, 1 left. And Schaefer pumps right, throws left, fade route, open. Akasi can't secure
another
it.
Flag.
At the 10, another flag. It's Cabrera and Schimmel again, the coverage on Akasi.
Cabrera got a hand in there right at the end. Akasi had a step on him, and he almost brought it in with his left arm. But I think Cabrera had the right arm pinned. That's why he tried to make the one-handed catch.
Yep, pass interference on Cabrera. Now, this isn't the NFL, so the ball doesn't go down to where it happened at the 10, but it does give Lincoln another First Dakota first down. Yep. It advances the ball from the 44 to the 29. 18 seconds remaining first half. 30 yards of PIs for Harrisburg to aid this Lincoln drive that started at its own 9. And Augustus in motion left to right. Schaefer faked the handoff to him. Rolling right, looking downfield, still looking, has time. Back pedals, rolls right, throws, finally caught. First down, 16, ushered out of bounds. I believe Mikey Roach, got open, broke free, and then was forced out of bounds at the 17. A gain of 12. Clock stops, 8 seconds remaining first half for this Lincoln offense.
Man,
now,
Schaefer does so much with his feet to keep plays alive, just dancing behind the line of scrimmage, and at the last minute, a guy comes free, and he hits him for a first down.
Edison Knoll is a capable field goal kicker. The ball is at the 17. This would be a 34-yard try. Lincoln with a timeout and 8 seconds remaining, up by 6, will take a snap. Little fire drill with players before the play starts. Now they have 3 men wide left from the Harrisburg 17, and it's a Lincoln timeout.
They take the timeout now.
Oh, they were just all out of sorts.
I think the play clock was winding, and they didn't want to lose the 5 yards, but now it really limits what you can do on offense. You can't use the middle of the field. You got to go to the sidelines.
Lincoln 20, Harrisburg 14, a wildly entertaining first half from Howard Wood Field in the state semifinals. John Gaskins with Tim Hyatt. Lincoln's drive started at its own 9. 30 yards of pass interference calls, both on deep fade passes from Schaefer to Akasi, getting Lincoln into this position. And now some interesting play calling decisions to be made by Eric Struck. And sometimes you wonder, with so many toys, so much creativity, so much in the Lincoln playbook, they're on the far side of the field and the players are scrambling around. They're from the right side to the left, and it bit them this time. So now no timeouts for Lincoln, 1 Harrisburg. 8 seconds remaining first half. Lincoln up 6, 1st and 10 at the Harrisburg 17. Do they have time for 2 more plays? Can they get in field goal range? Can they get in the end zone? Schaefer from the gun. 3-step drop. Throwing toward the end zone, left side. It is incomplete at the goal line on the front left pylon. Single coverage. I believe it was Mikey Roach. There was some contact, but no pass interference flags this time. And now we have 2 seconds remaining in the first half.
Looks like Knoll is out there. They're going to go ahead and try to kick this field goal.
He should be. There is no wind. It's about 45 degrees. Edison Knoll attempting a 34-yard field goal on the year. Edison Knoll has made each of his 2 attempts as long as 30. This is right to left as he see it. A slight right to left angle between the hashes. Snap and hold clean. Kick is a line drive. End over end. No good. He missed it wide left. And the Harrisburg Tigers avert end of first half disaster and go into the locker room down 20-14. The Patriots scored the final 20 of this half, just like they did in the second half 2 weeks ago in their first meeting. This one decides who gets to go to the Dakota Dome and play for a state championship next week. I mean, there's a lot for us to pick up off the table and try to sort through. But that was almost about a 70-yard field goal drive for Lincoln that started at its own 9.
Yeah, I mean, and Harrisburg's got to be going into the locker room despite being down 20-14, kind of thanking their lucky stars that they're only down by 6 because, that could have been a lot worse there at the end of the half.
We have highlights. We have stats. We have Tim Hyatt's thoughts. We have scores from around high school football in South Dakota and a preview of the biggest key to the city game ever between Augustana and USF. And Tim will try his best to stay objective. When we come back on our halftime show, our Avera Game of the Week, it's number 2, Lincoln 20, number 3, Harrisburg 14 on Fox Sports 98.1, Outlaw Channel 13.2, Metrosports.tv, and DakotaNewsNow.com.
Touchmark at All Saints, you're going to be surrounded by history.
When you drive up to our community, you are impressed by the beautiful campus all around. This community is a combination of the old and the new. The old on the exterior, but your apartments are impressive. I've never been so pampered in my life.
So it's the combination of both the history and modernization that makes it fun and enjoyable.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part. Earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Finding a place to belong is everything. It's where you can make a difference, where you're heard, where you have a team that supports you and the benefits you deserve. At Avera, you can find that place. You belong at Avera. Apply today. Avera.org/careers.
Experience it all. Follow your academic and career goals and your love for the arts, music, and competition that thrills you. Learn from award-winning faculty and in classes where you are more than a number. Build lifelong friendships at game day experiences and in student organizations for all interests. At Augustana, you don't have to choose. Live and learn in the heart of South Dakota's largest city, where job opportunities, networks of professionals, and a hometown feel await you. Find your bold at Augustana University.
What does First Alert coverage mean to you? It's your first alert to breaking news, because when news happens, you shouldn't have to wait. It's keeping you informed on the issues that matter and updating you with the latest information. It's weather every 5 minutes, because we know your time is important. It's covering state and local politics, because decisions from City Hall to the State House affect you most. Dakota News Now, your First Alert station.
What's that? Final showdown. The number 2 Lincoln Patriots leading number 3 Harrisburg 20-14. A rematch of a 27-17 Lincoln win 2 weeks ago in the regular season finale to seize this number 2 seed and this home semifinal game. And just like that matchup, the Patriots score the final 20 points of a half. Second half 2 weeks ago, first half tonight. John Gaskins with Tim Hyatt, simulcast, Avera Health Game of the Week, Fox Sports 98.1, Metrosports.tv, and DakotaNewsNow.com. That was a tale of two halves 2 weeks ago, a tale of two quarters in tonight's game, Tim.
Absolutely. It looked like everything was going to go wrong for Lincoln in the first 6 minutes of that first quarter. They give up a big kick return. Harrisburg takes full advantage, and they score a quick touchdown. Lincoln goes 3 and out. Harrisburg blocks the punt, and before you can get settled into your seat down there.
Yeah.
It's 14-0, and it looked like the Brandon Valley game all over again for the Patriots.
That's right, with just everything going wrong with turnovers and major mistakes at key times. And the Patriots, all they did after that point was get up off the deck and make a whole bunch of plays. That started with a 3-play, 65-yard drive to dent the scoreboard at 14-6. Now we're rolling through the highlights on Metro Sports TV, and Harrisburg gets on the board first with a Josiah Hines touchdown. 15 carries, 49 yards, 2 scores for the bell cow. His long is just 18 yards. His average 3.5 yards a carry, which is well less.
Yeah, he's averaging about 10 yards a carry for the season.
Right.
So Lincoln's doing their job so far, stopping Hines.
And he had 150 by halftime 2 weeks ago against these Patriots. So that's pretty good, really. He does have 2 scores, as we mentioned. His second came off that aforementioned block punt that was returned to the 1-yard line. And so Hines, it took them 3 plays, but Hines made it 14-0 from a yard out for the Tigers, and then the Patriots went right back to work. They had a 30-yard jet sweep from Mikey Roach, an 11-yard jet sweep from Javen Augustus, and then a 19-yard touchdown pass to backup tight end Lucas Honor to make it 14-6. They tried swinging gate 2-point conversion, and for the second time in 2 Harrisburg games, they couldn't get that accomplished, so it was 14-6. And that was your score after the first quarter. A lot of action. Things settled down in the second quarter until on 4th and 11 near midfield, Sam Knuth threw a pick right to Edison Knoll, and Knoll returned it to midfield. There was a penalty at the end of that play for Lincoln, but the Patriots were able to take that and march down the field from about 50 yards. How about a 52-yard bomb? Off the play action, Schaefer to Louis Akasi. 9th connection between those two this year for a score. It was 14-13. Lincoln went for the extra point instead of trying to tie it. And it served the Patriots well because they were confident enough that they might just score again in this game. They scored on their very next drive. They forced Harrisburg to a short punt. This time they go 44 yards in just a minute and a half, and with 4:52 remaining in the half, it was Karsten Benson, a linebacker, with his first carry and his first touchdown from a yard out. And the Patriots make the extra point to make it a 20-14 lead. There was plenty of action, but no scoring in those last 5 minutes. And that included Lincoln starting at its own 9 on the final drive with about 2 minutes left and getting a pair of 15-yard pass interference calls on Justin Cabrera and making it all the way into the red zone before they had to burn a timeout with 8 seconds left because the play clock was running out. And so then they had no timeouts to work with in those 8 seconds. And long story short, they got a 34-yard field goal attempt that Edison Knoll missed wide left. And the score remains 20-14 Lincoln at halftime.
Yeah, and if you're Brandon White, the head coach of Harrisburg, you got to look at the stat sheet and then look at the scoreboard and go, wow, thank goodness it's 20-14, because you look at that total offense number, 32 plays for Harrisburg, 71 yards, 35 plays for the Patriots, 304. They had all kinds of offense in that first half, and yet their lead is just 20-14.
God, what an excellent point. My goodness, this is not quite as outrageous as O'Gorman leading Jefferson in yards, 210-93 at halftime last week, and trailing 17-0, ending the game with 500 yards to Jefferson's just over 200 and losing by 10. But still, 304-71, and it's only a 6-point lead. Yeah, that's incredible. Now, one of those touchdown drives was a 1-yard drive.
And Lincoln had another drive that was very promising that ended with a fumble that cost them as well. So
individually, let's compare the quarterbacks. Brody Schaefer, 11 of 16, 152 yards, 2 touchdown strikes for Lincoln. Sam Knuth, just 3 of 10, 21 yards, an interception, and credit to the Lincoln pass rush and coverage for most of that. We've mentioned Hines, 15 carries, 49 yards to lead the rushing for Harrisburg, while Josh Myers has 8 totes, 55 yards for Lincoln. Again, the Patriots' second leading rusher is the quarterback, Brody Schaefer. 5 carries for 47 yards, almost 10 yards a tote in that first half. He had 117 rushing on 15 carries in the Lincoln win by 10 2 weeks ago. His top wideout tonight, Mikey Roach with 5 catches, 35 yards. His top yardage wideout is Louis Acasi, 3 grabs, 62 yards, 52 of them on that touchdown. And Lincoln has a 20-14 lead at halftime in the state semifinals. The winner of this game will meet Brandon Valley or Jefferson in the state championship game next Saturday night on Fox Sports 98.1 and South Dakota Public Broadcasting for all the marbles in 11 AAA. Last we checked, Brandon Valley and Jefferson were tied at...
Brandon scored late in the half. It's 21-14 at halftime.
Thank you. So the Cavaliers, though, giving Brandon about as stout of a first-half challenge as anyone has. Almost all 10 of Brandon Valley's games were over by halftime, including the 39-13 domination of Lincoln in midseason here at Howard Wood Field. So that's it for 11 AA. Brandon Valley up 7, Lincoln up 6 at halftime of those Final Four contests. Meanwhile, in 11 AA, scoreless between Watertown and Brookings in Watertown. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Top seed Yankton trailing number 4 Pierre 7-zip. 7 minutes remaining in the first half. The Governors have won 7 straight state titles.
Some things never change in the fall, right?
They started 2-4, but they've come roaring back.
Yep.
They've won 4 in a row in a much more wide-open AA field this year, and they got the head of steam as they drive for 8 in a row. Meanwhile, in 11A, Del Rapids and Lennox scoreless a minute into the second quarter. That's the 2-3 game in Dells. While number 1 Sioux Falls Christian, which has been out ahead almost all year on the rest of the field, is scoreless with West Central late in the first quarter. Why not go through other semifinal scores? Number 1 Winner, leading St. Thomas More 16-zip at the break in 11B. The other semifinal game in that class is Sioux Valley, tied with Elk Point Jefferson, 7 apiece, 7 minutes remaining in the first. 9AA, number 1 Parkston, leading Freeman Marion Academy 8-0 after 1, while Hamlin up 8, 14-6 on Elkton Lake Benton with 7 minutes remaining in the first quarter. 9A, Woolsey Wessington, a 22-0 leader over Wall at halftime. Howard and Winter scoreless, under a minute left in the first. In 9B, Sully Buttes, a 28-12 lead at halftime over Canastota, while Faulkton area and Del Rapids St. Mary, it's a 24-22 lead for Faulkton area. 4 minutes left in the second quarter. And you're now caught up on all of the scores from around state semifinal football in South Dakota on this Friday night. And for the scores anytime on your phone, the SD Score Feed app. It is free, it is real, and it is spectacular. Our score from Howard Wood Field: number 2 Lincoln 20, number 3 Harrisburg 14 at halftime. A preview of tomorrow's Key to the City game between Augustana and the University of Sioux Falls, and the second half of Harrisburg and Lincoln coming your way in 4 minutes on Fox Sports 98.1, Metrosports.tv, and DakotaNewsNow.com.
Finding a place to belong is everything. It's where you can make a difference, where you're heard, where you have a team that supports you, and the benefits you deserve. At Avera, you can find that place. You belong at Avera. Apply today. Avera.org/careers.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part. Earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Jackrabbits don't wait to see what the future holds. They build it. At South Dakota State University, the next generation's leaders are preparing to launch. They're focusing on growth, and they're reaching new heights of excellence across vital industries. SDSU is building something greater for South Dakota and the world. Join us.
Make Dakota News Now part of your morning routine. Eric Thorstensen gives you the latest headlines and breaking news you need to know before you walk out the door. And Aaron Doudna has your first alert forecast so you can plan for the day and several days in advance with our 10-day forecast. Get up-to-the-minute news and weather and start your day with a little fun. Every weekday morning from 5 to 7 on Dakota News Now.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Moments away from kickoff. State semifinals. Howard Wood Field in Sioux Falls. Lincoln leading Harrisburg 20-14. John Gaskins with Tim Hyatt. Tomorrow, 1 p.m., Kirkby over Stadium. Augustana, University of Sioux Falls. Key to the city game. Biggest ever because it's for rights for first place in the Northern Sun. Give us a taste.
You bet. Yeah, they've never played this late in the season. It's the second to last game of the regular season, and the stakes have never been this high in a game between these two literally cross-street rivals, not cross-town rivals, cross-street rivals. This should be a great day of football at Kirkby Over Stadium. Augustana with an outstanding both offense and defense. The Cougars have a vastly improved defense, and their offense with Camden Dean and Carter Slykehouse scoring points as well should be I would guess, back-and-forth battle and a lot of fun to call. I can't wait.
USF has won 4 in a row. Augie has won 5 in a row. Since USF started in Division II, moved up. Augie thumbing their noses at the Cougars. A legendary 32-31 Cougar win in overtime at a full Kirkby Over in 2012. USF leads the series 8-3. Augie has never beaten the Coup at home. They could change that tomorrow. 1 p.m., 12:30 pregame right here on Fox Sports 98.1 Radio. Meanwhile, one half away from determining one of the two finalists in South Dakota's 11 AAA. Who will play for the championship in the Dakota Dome? Number 2 Lincoln, leading number 3 Harrisburg, 20-14. The Tigers won the toss and opened the game on a touchdown drive. So they're kicking off to Lincoln, leading by 6. And Harrisburg, right to left, Kean Upton, a line drive right into the breadbasket of an Upman at the 30. He angles right 40. And then bowls ahead through a tackle to the 44. It's an interesting choice. Lucas Honor, who had a touchdown catch in the first half, catches the line drive chest high. And then a 14-yard return. Excellent field position for a Lincoln offense that scored on 3 of its final 4 drives of the first half. And that final drive, they got to the red zone and missed a field goal. It's 20-14 Patriot lead. The Patriots going for their 5th trip to a state championship game, and they've won each of the 4, including last year at 13-0. A reloaded team starts a First Dakota first down its own 44. Left to right, near side hash. Mikey Roach wide out left, moving to the right. 2 wide right on the short side. Toss pitch to the running back Myers, angling right out of a tackle 45, forced out of bounds at about the 46, near a First Dakota first down. In Harrisburg territory, they give him. Well, they don't. They mark it a yard shy. All the Sticks men started moving down, and now they're going to have to move it back. Meanwhile, Lincoln running at breakneck speed from the 47, a 2nd and 1, a handoff, and Myers got the first down, pinned off right guard to the 44, a 2-yard gain, and a flag flew as he was running.
Maybe a hold on Lincoln at the kind of looked like at the center position, maybe kind of tackled and wrestled that nose man down to the ground.
Usually the case is holding when flag flies right after a snap as the handoff is developing. So that moves the ball from Harrisburg territory back to Lincoln's side of the field and right where this possession started at the 44, and it makes it a 2nd and 10 for the Patriots. 3 wide left, 1 to the short side right. That's Roach in motion, takes the handoff, just sweep, goes through defenders 45, and then is corralled at the 49. A gain of about 5 will bring up 3rd, and they mark him down at the 47. So a 3rd and 7 for Lincoln. They go right back to the line. 3 wide right, 2 to the far side left from the Harrisburg 47. Start of the second half. Roach in motion again, left to right. Fake handoff. Throw right side. Oh, it's through the hands of a defender on the near numbers at the 40. A near interception
by
for
Feldy.
Braden Feldy, a safety for the Tigers. And the Patriots, after an initial burst of 9 yards, they had 2nd and 1.
Yep.
And because of the holding penalty, they end up punting. They go 3 and out. It's 20-14 Lincoln lead in Harrisburg with a great chance to snatch momentum for the first time in a long time in this game after going up 14-zip. Edison Knoll, the punter, back in his own 35. It was a low snap, high kick, and it lands about 5 yards in front of the returner. But Feldy picks it up off the bounce of the 13, tries to run his way through traffic, and is tackled at the 20 after a return of about 7 yards. The punt went about 36 yards. And so with a minute into this second half, Harrisburg trailing 20-14. Its offense had an awesome first series to start the game. Now what?
22 rushes, just 50 yards in the first half. And as we mentioned, 3 of 10 was Knuth for just 21 yards. So 71 yards in that first half. They need to get something going here. Try to get momentum back, like you said, John.
First Dakota first down of their own at 20. 4-down lineman for Lincoln. Wing and a tight to the right for Harrisburg. A handoff, Hines right side, and he just works his feet off right guard, makes a little turn left across the 25, and just kind of carries defenders to the 28 before he is finally tackled. And that was Tatum Bell, the safety for Lincoln, making the stop. An 8-yard gain for Josiah Hine. Coming into the game, averaging 7.5 a carry, 131 a game. He had 197 yards on 27 carries 2 weeks ago in the loss to Lincoln. It is 2nd and 2 Harrisburg between the hashes, right to left at their own 28. Hines from the pistol, or Knuth hands it off to Hines. Right side, stretching horizontally, turning the corner through tackles, has the first down. Across the numbers on the far side at the 30 to the 31. It took a while, but Hines gets 3 yards. He covered about 30.
Took a while, but it was a really patient run by Hines. He just waited for those blocks to set themselves. He knew he didn't need a lot. His blockers got in position and enabled him to pick up that first down.
About 2 minutes into the second half, Harrisburg down 20-14 at Lincoln. State semifinals. The Tigers have a First Dakota first down at their own 32. 1 wide and a wing right. Fake handoff, throw right side, snatched far side at the 32, up ahead 35. Some good speed. Finally a tackle at the 39 near the boundary. Braden Feldy, the speediest player in the state, gains 7 on first down for the Tigers. They got 8 on a Hines run on their first down of this drive.
That's the first catch tonight for Feldy. See if they can find him more in this second half.
Only 3 catches, 37 yards against Lincoln 2 weeks ago. 2nd and 3 Tigers, their own 39. Far hash, right to left. Hines, pistol. Hines behind Knuth. Gets the handoff. Avoids one tackler in the backfield. Cuts left. Avoids another tackle. 40, angling 45. Then cuts up field. And finally pushed ahead across midfield to the 49. Josiah Hines, sometimes crafty is a word that players in sports
shifty,
find
I'll say. How about that?
They'll find offensive, but that was a crafty run. Shifty as well. Shifty and crafty. For about 15 yards into Lincoln territory at the 48, a First Dakota first down for Harrisburg.
Stepped out of 2 ankle tackles on that run. Really nice run.
Wing to the left, wide left. That's the short side for Harrisburg. Their own, the Lincoln 48, pump fake. Knuth rolling right, throwing it deep down the right sideline. It's caught by Feldy. And he is forced out of bounds on the catch. Second time on that far sideline. Feldy catches a pass of about 30 yards and is whistled out of bounds in single coverage tonight. Instant replay. Here's Knuth. A play fake. He didn't have much pressure. Oh, wow.
Oh,
it's
boy,
hard
really
to
close.
tell, boy.
Wow.
In our opinions, our objective opinions. And Tim Hyatt's a Lincoln alumnus, folks. We thought Feldy had it both times. Instead, Harrisburg faces 2nd and 10 at the Lincoln 48, near hash right to left. Again, Knuth pistol, hand off to Hines, left and cuts right into the arms of a Lincoln tackler at the 48, may have reached the 47. A short gain will bring up 3rd and long for Harrisburg. Maybe a yard. Clock ticking, 8:30 remaining third quarter. The score is as it was at halftime, 20-14 the Lincoln lead, and now the Lincoln fans bringing the noise as the Harrisburg ball is on the near side hash toward Lincoln's section. 3rd and 9. Tigers from the Lincoln 47. Knuth again from the pistol. Hines behind him. A wing and a wide short side left. One wide out right. 4 down lineman Lincoln. Hines 3-step drop. Throws right. Has an open man. Caught by Feldy. First down on the far sideline at the 35. He was about a yard in and just trotted right out. A gain of 12. A big time First Dakota first down connection. Knuth to Feldy, his main man.
Cole Knutson given a lot of cushion over there on that 3rd down play, and Feldy just ran beyond the marker, and Knuth put it on the money. Second connection on this drive to Feldy.
So a first down at the 35 for Harrisburg. Far hash, handoff Hines left, tried to cut right, and the Patriots were ready for him, wrapping him up right at about the line of scrimmage.
Is that Gray?
Yeah, Connor Gray or Griffin Keller, one of the two. One was the leading tackler last year, Keller. Gray, the leading tackler this year. And it's no gain to bring up 2nd and 10. Start of the second half. Lincoln went 3 and out, had to punt. Harrisburg now 2nd and 10 on its first second half possession at the Lincoln 35. This drive started back at the 20. 7:15 remaining in the third quarter. Tigers down by 6. And Knuth barks out the play call to all sides. He's got a wing and a running back to his right. And he rolls right, throws right over the middle, and it's through the hands, I believe, of Feldy at the 22. It was just a little ahead of him.
Yeah.
Catchable. Would have been a First Dakota first down. And now it's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, Knuth probably trying to throw back across his body a little bit more than he wanted to, and just out beyond the outstretched hands of Feldy. Big 3rd and 10 here.
Knuth just 3 of 10, 21 yards in the first half. Lincoln fans make the noise again. 3rd and 10, Harrisburg. Down 6, 5 minutes into the third quarter. From the Lincoln 35. Lincoln was 7 men at the line. And Knuth being flushed and being sacked.
Connor Gray again.
Back at the 40, Connor Gray, the middle linebacker. A 5-yard loss brings up 4th and 15 and a big decision for Harrisburg.
Yeah, I was going to say that's probably 4 down territory on that 3rd and 10 play, but after the sack, you might think twice about that, but it looks like the offense staying out on the field since it's at the Lincoln 40.
Harrisburg on 4th down this season, coming into tonight, a team that converts
51%.
Thank you. But 0 of 5 against Lincoln 2 weeks ago. You hear the noise again. 4th and 15, Harrisburg, the Lincoln 40. Down 6, early 3rd. Empty backfield, 4 wide left. Knuth being chased to left. He's going to try to run it, and he just angles himself out of bounds at the 40, and he is well shy of the first down.
Ruben Dye just did a great job again. He kind of was spying Knuth that time. Just did not let him get to the edge. He just ran with him and said, you want to run to the sideline? Go ahead. Go ahead and run out of bounds because you're 10 yards away from a first down.
Ruben Dye along with Luke Kremkes, the defensive ends. Kremke's off to South Dakota State to play D1 football. They were the game wreckers at Harrisburg, shutting out the Tigers in the second half 2 weeks ago. Lincoln won that by 10. They're up 6, 20-14, halfway through this third quarter, and take over after the stop at their own 40. Roach in motion, right to slot left. 2 wide left, 1 to the near side, short side right. Schaefer, the sophomore quarterback, fakes a handoff, runs it himself up the middle, and mashes into a defender at about the 42, maybe the 43, a 2 or 3 yard gain on a First Dakota first down for Lincoln. The Patriots fell behind 14-0 after a long opening kickoff return, an 8-play Harrisburg touchdown drive, a blocked punt, a 1-yard touchdown. Scored 20 in a row. Quick sling to the right side. Roach catches it on the near boundary at the 48. He is immediately tackled by Bradley Esser, Harrisburg's leading tackler. They give Roach the 49 on the quick right pass, and it brings up a 3rd and 1 Lincoln, 1 yard shy of midfield. Near hash, left to right. Again, the Patriots, fast break offense. 3 down linemen for the Tigers, wing and a tight to the left, 2 wide, short side right. A pause from the quarterback, Schaefer. An extra man to the line of scrimmage for Harrisburg. And now Schaefer moves up to the line, looks back at the sideline. Play clock still at 10, 9, 8. Tight set, 3rd and 1. Handoff, Myers, right side, has the first down and more. Plowed through some Harrisburg defenders. Tackled ahead to the 47 of Harrisburg. A 3-yard gain. Make that the 46, a 5-yard gain. Big conversion for the Patriots. 5 minutes and ticking third quarter. A 20-14 lead in the state semifinals against Harrisburg. Now in Tiger territory at the 46. Near hash. They are moving left to right. Roach in motion. Slot left. Now to wide right on the near side. Myers the tailback right next to Schaefer. And a fake handoff. Then a pump fake left. A deep fade route right. Roach can't get open, and this ball is well overthrown. Roach tied up at the 10-yard line with a single defender. The ball flies toward the right goal line pylon. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, he tried a little stop and go there, and he stopped, and the defender didn't bite on it. And then by the time he got the go part of it going again, it was about 10 yards beyond him, incomplete.
Patriots in their Columbia blue jerseys, white pants, white numerals, white helmets. Harrisburg, white jerseys and pants, maroon numerals and helmets. 2nd and 10, Lincoln at the Harrisburg 46. And keeper, Schaefer, up the middle, through one tackle, but then an ankle tackle by the nose guard. And Schaefer is upended just inside the 41. That's a gain of about 5. That tackle came courtesy of Harrisburg's Connor Lag. 3rd and 5, Patriots, just shy of Harrisburg's 40. Near hash, left to right. 3 wide, left, 2 right. And Schaefer keeps it again up the middle, avoids a tackler at the 40, up ahead 30, and bowls ahead to the 25. The quarterback on the keep, a gain of 16 and a First Dakota first down to the Harrisburg 25.
What a weapon he is when he can just take that snap and fake it a little bit like he's going to toss the ball and then takes off up the middle. Had great blocking from his O-line.
And this time he'll keep it up again, up the middle, just off the right guard, plunging to about the 20. They mark him actually at the 22, a 3-yard gain for Schaefer. He had 15 carries, 117 yards in Lincoln's victory over Harrisburg 2 weeks ago in the regular season finale. This is now the state semifinals.
I have him 9 for 75 now after that carry.
He was the number one reason, him running the ball, the number one reason Lincoln scored 20 unanswered in the second half to win 2 weeks ago. The winner tonight goes to the state championship game. 2nd and 7, Lincoln from the Harrisburg 22. We have a whistle and we have a timeout as I think the Lincoln offense, was a little confused and unready. And so we keep it right here with 3:14 remaining in the third quarter. It's a 20-14 Lincoln lead. Neither team has scored in the second half after all kinds of fireworks and theatrics in the first half.
Late third quarter, John, it's 28-21 Brandon Valley over Jefferson.
Okay. Wow, the Cavaliers are staying right in it. The Lynx just love to Mack truck teams down the field and take up a bunch of time. And so your offense only has so many opportunities against Brandon Valley, and the Cavs have scored 3 times. Now, whether that was all 3 times on offense or maybe they had a defensive touchdown, we don't know. We can't see the game. But this is as far, really, as anybody has taken Brandon Valley.
Right.
They did beat Harrisburg 21-7. That was the top-ranked team's closest game. That was in Week 8. But that game felt still Brandon Valley controlled most of the time. Harrisburg had a couple opportunities to score in the fourth quarter, but the Brandon Valley defense held. They're the number 1 team, 10-0. Lincoln is number 2 at 9-1. They lead the 8-2 Tigers from Harrisburg 20-14. Off the timeout, 3:14 left in the third. Lincoln on a drive that started back around the 40-yard line of Lincoln. Now at Harrisburg's 22. Schaefer, the sophomore quarterback from the pistol. The tailback Augustus just to his left. A wing is left. A fake handoff. A throw left. It is wide open. Bobbled and dropped at the 12. on the far hashes. That was an easy grab and a First Dakota first down that finishes incomplete.
Akasi just took his eye off it for a split second.
And Akasi has a 52-yard touchdown catch earlier tonight. He's Lincoln's most dangerous downfield threat. But now, 3rd and 7 Patriots. 3:09 remaining, third quarter, up 20-14. From the Harrisburg 22. Roach in motion again, left to right. Fake handoff, throw to the right side. It is incomplete, fired. As Roach was going and running toward the goal line and Feldy was single coverage, that throw went well wide and behind Roach. And it's 4th and 7 now for Lincoln. What a play coming up here, up by 6. And
no hesitation from Jared Fredenberg. At this point, they're going to go for it.
This would be a 39-yard field goal attempt, which would be skirting right up to kind of the threshold of which he would allow an attempt. But it's a 6-point lead, 20-14. With 3:03 remaining in the third. State semifinals. Lincoln with the lead in the ball at the Harrisburg 22. Near hash, left to right, 3 wide left, 2 to the near side right. Empty backfield for Schaefer. He has time. He throws left. Oh, it's incomplete, wide of Akasi on the far hashes at the 13. In Justin Cabrera's single coverage, the Patriots cannot get a first down. The Tigers take over on a giant stop.
I don't know if there's a miscommunication there. If Schaefer thought Akasi was going to the outside, he threw it to the outside shoulder, and Akasi was going towards the middle of the field. Had to dive back to make an effort or make a catch on it and couldn't do it.
So the Patriots go almost 40 yards after getting their own 4th down stop on Harrisburg. And now the Tigers still down 6. It was 20-14 at halftime. That's our score at the moment. 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. They take over at the Lincoln, their own 22. Near hash, right to left on a 50-degree calm night. The quarterback, Knuth, from the pistol. Hines, the running back, behind him, and flags fly. We had some movement right before the snap.
That was a mess from the get-go on that play.
See what this is all about. False start on Harrisburg. You might recall better than I can if we had any flags so far in this third quarter, but we had...
I don't believe we have.
Only a few in the first half as well. It's been a clean game from that perspective.
Oh, there was a holding on Lincoln, I think.
There you go. So that's the 6th penalty of the game. Both teams have 3. 1st and 15, Harrisburg. Now at its own 17. Knuth claps, takes the snap, hands it off to Hines, up the middle, trying to cut right, and he is motored down quickly. Connor Gray, once again, Lincoln's leading tackler with some big stops in this second half. No gain, 2nd and 15, Harrisburg. One of these teams is going to make it 5 straight seasons that one of these teams has made the Dakota Dome for the state championship. Yep. I hope that made sense. 2nd and 15, Tigers their own 17. 2 wide each side. Low snap. Knuth picks it up. Rivals it left. High point. Catch is made by Feldy as the defender was hitting him and cutting him from underneath. Tatum Bell the tackle. Feldy held on between the numbers on the near side and the boundary for a gain of about 11. It brings up a 3rd and 4. Feldy looked a little wobbly coming out of that, but he stays in the game. Gave Bell a nice pat on the back. Good play made by both players. State semifinals, that's what it's all about. Tigers down by 6. Inside 2 to go, third quarter. 3rd and 4 on the road. State semis at their own 28. 2 wide right, 1 near side left. Knuth fakes the handoff, turns around. He wants to run it himself across the 30, and he's angling out of bounds. He got the first down. At the 33, he snags the First Dakota first down by a yard. Sam Knuth, the senior quarterback, a gain of 5.
Yeah, good decision there. The receivers were covered downfield, and he had just a little bit of an alley that he could run through and saw the sticks, got to the Lincoln sideline, picked up that first down.
Both of these teams, the quarterback is the second leading rusher behind the starting tailback. So the Tigers start this set from their own 33. Flags fly, a handoff. They let the play go, and it goes up the middle for Hines, about a 3-yard plunge to the 36.
Usually that means it's offsides. We'll see if...
So he had 5 plays all game until late third quarter, then 2 in the last 3 plays.
No, they're talking to Coach Fredenberg, so it looks like it's going against the Tigers. And he says, back him up.
Jared Fredenberg, one of the more enjoyably animated coaches. True defensive guy, defensive line coach for the Sioux Falls Storm for over a decade with Curtis Riggs and then Andre Fields. And waited his turn as an assistant coach, long time in the Sioux Falls public school system, head coach at Lincoln for the last 8. 2nd and 15, Harrisburg. Its own 28, moving right to left. 4 down lineman Lincoln, open field, short side left, too far right. Knuth, a keeper again off right guard, makes one tackler miss, dives ahead, may have gotten the original line of scrimmage to the 34 between the hashes. Check that, the 33, a 5-yard gain. That was on 2nd down, a replayed 2nd down. So now it is 3rd and 10 Harrisburg, a minute remaining 3rd quarter. State semis, trailing 2014. And Knuth is between the hashes from the pistol. Hines behind him, 2 wide right. Open field left for Harrisburg. Extra protection right. Handoff Hines right side. Turns the corner, but then is mashed into by some Patriots at about the 37. A gain of maybe 4. You figure Harrisburg was probably playing for 4th down by getting about half the yardage, 5 yards. They'll keep their offense on the field, Tim, in their own territory, facing now 3rd and 5. Well, now they're in 2-down territory, and that play made a lot more sense. From their own 38, inside 20 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Knuth, again from the pistol. Belt tie snap, fakes a handoff, rolls right, being chased, throws, dumps it. Oh, incomplete on the far numbers at about the 41. Defender coming right at the intended screen receiver. I believe that's the tight end Severson. Yep. And now it is 4th down.
It was some pressure from Gabe Bruns that made Knuth throw that one kind of at the ankles of his intended receiver.
Yep.
And that makes that decision pretty easy for Brandon White. They're going to kick it away.
Big stop for Lincoln. White sends the punter, Kean Upton, onto the field. He's booting from his own 22, right to left on a calm, crisp night. Temperatures in the 40s. This is a high punt. A couple rushers came at him. Patriots let it go. It actually goes over their heads at the 21. Bounces, and the Tigers are really quick to pounce on it at the 15.
Another 47-yard punt from Upton.
He's
averaging about 45 yards a kick tonight.
And that concludes the 3rd quarter, in which nobody scored. Number 2, Lincoln 20. Number 3, Harrisburg 14. We go to the 4th quarter. Somebody's going to the state championship game next week. It's the state semis on Fox Sports 98.1, Metrosports.tv, and DakotaNewsNow.com.
Jackrabbits don't wait to see what the future holds. They build it. At South Dakota State University, the next generation's leaders are preparing to launch. They're focusing on growth, and they're reaching new heights of excellence across vital industries. SDSU is building something greater for South Dakota and the world. Join us.
Josh and Emily are visiting Emily's parents this weekend, where Josh will propose. He's nervous, but not about the ring. Well done, Josh. Well done. Chase is proposing to Ashley at the resort where they first met. Ashley was vacationing with friends, but Chase ended up being her best friend of all, plus some. Every diamond tells a story, but there's no story like yours. And there's no diamond like a Greenberg's diamond. Greenberg's Jewelers, a cut above the rest.
Leading Harrisburg 20-14 on the first play of the 4th. Javen Augustus tried an end around for Lincoln that went for no gain. 2nd and 10, Lincoln at its own 15. A fake handoff of the quarterback. Schaefer keeps it angling left across the numbers 20, 25 now, just running down the near boundary, dragging 3 Tigers with him, and finally is on the ground at the 36, a 21-yard gain. Brody Schaefer, the sophomore quarterback for Lincoln, sensational all season long, gives his Patriots a First Dakota first down.
He carried 2 Tigers with him for about the last 5 yards of that rush.
And just before the Patriots snap it, A Harrisburg player appears to be in pain, stopping the game. Carter Bayer, the team's third leading tackler. Now he's able to stand up as the trainers get there. He's able to walk. He's got one of the trainers with his right arm wrapped around Bayer's waist, and he's just kind of wobbling, so maybe your guess is as good as mine, but they're walking away from us, and it might be something.
I'm not a doctor, and I don't play one on the radio. So.
Yeah. I wouldn't guess, but he's kind of hunched over but walking. I'm still watching this as he goes to the far sideline, and they try to check him, and now we're flanked by a bunch of Tigers on that sideline. So about 6,000 on hand, a 45-degree night. State championship berth on the line. Lincoln up 20-14, 40 seconds into the fourth quarter. First and 10, its own 36. Keeper up the middle for Schaefer, the quarterback, and it goes through Harrisburg defenders like bowling pins. They fall ahead trying to tackle him, and he this time reaches the 36, another 5-yard gain, the 41, I should say, from the 36 to the 41. And so it is 2nd and 5. Lincoln, no huddle, right back up the line. Schaefer fakes the handoff to the running back, throws left side. Roach catches it, 42 on the numbers, twists out of one tackle, bowled ahead to the 20 of the 48. A 7-yard gain for Lincoln. In control, a First Dakota first down. Patriots trailed 14-0 in the first quarter, scored the last 20 of the first half, and the score remaining 20-14 over a minute into the second. Another first down at their own 48. Schaefer, RPO, keeps it right side through one tackler, across midfield through another 45, and chased down by a defensive back between the hash and the numbers on the far side at the 42. But that's another First Dakota first down for Lincoln on a gain of 10. Brody Schaefer putting
like 2
on a
weeks
show.
Ago.
Yep.
Putting the ball in the quarterback's hands, and he's up over 100 yards, 111 now after that carry.
So first down Lincoln at the Harrisburg 42. Far side, right to left. They tried a little trickery on Javen Augustus at the beginning of the play. He was scrambling out toward the far right boundary, and now Plord, the tight end, comes in to play a wing. 2 wide left, 1 short side right, 4 down lineman Harrisburg. Handoff Augustus is the tailback, twisting out of one tackle across the 40 and ahead to about the 38. Several Tigers in the area. A gain of about 4. Lincoln chewing up yards and clock
and
on this drive.
I think they're starting to wear down the Harrisburg defense a little bit. They've been getting chunk plays in the run game, and they're content. The old line, they start to get stars in their eyes when they see that. They're going to keep running this football.
Yeah, it did the exact same thing 2 weeks ago in the fourth quarter. Patriots 2nd and 6, the Harrisburg 38, jet sweep. Roach can knock it around the corner. He started on the right, tried to make the turn on the left side. Nice open field tackle by the Tigers at the 38 on the near side.
Looked like it was Schimmel and maybe Hines in on that stop there.
Yep,
so 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5. Lincoln from the Harrisburg 37. Up 6. 9 minutes remaining. Fourth quarter. Twins left side. 1 wide out far right. A wing left. 4 down lineman Harrisburg. Schaefer the keep. Off the right side. Muscling his way toward the stick. Did he get it? It's close. He needed to get the 32. He was tackled at about the 33, maybe the 32 and a half. So he has about a half a yard to a yard, and Lincoln, no hesitation, going for it on 4th down.
And I think you run the same exact play, John, if it's me.
The Patriots are up 20-14 with 8.5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. At home, in front of 6,000. Chance to go to the state championship game for a second year in a row. They're the defending champs. 2 tight ends move from the left side to the right side for Lincoln. 2 wide right. Schaefer from the pistol. Hands it off to Augustus off the left tackle. I don't think he got it. On 4th and 1, the Tigers get the stop.
They got a surge from the left or the right side of that defensive line, and they just shut the door on Augustus.
Field level camera on Metro Sports TV. Maybe, Tim, I don't want to play a defensive coordinator on the radio, but Brody Schaefer's been getting 1 yard pretty easily on this drive.
Looked like it was Eli Dietert on the stop that time.
Defensive end for Harrisburg. And so the Tigers take over. Again, neither team has scored in the second half. We have had 2 fourth down stops for each team, 4 of them in the second half. And now Harrisburg with 8:13 remaining in the fourth down 20-14, starting at its own 35. Left to right. Hand off to Hines, the running back, up the middle. Shedding some tacklers, 40. Angling right, 45. And then finally a Patriot chases him down to the 49. Edison Knoll, the safety, made the tackle between the numbers and the boundary on the near side at the 49. It's a gain of 15. First Dakota first down.
And Hines closing in on a 100-yard day again.
Yep, he had 197 in this matchup 2 weeks ago. Didn't get very many opportunities in the second half because Brody Schaefer was gobbling up so many yards for Lincoln, keeping Harrisburg's defense on the field and the offense off the field. So it's first down Tigers, their own 49. 3 wide left, 1 to the short side, near side right as they move left to right. 3 down linemen, hand off to Hines, left guard, through tacklers. Whoa, what a tackle at the 47 of Lincoln. Edison Knoll making some big-time wrap-ups. And that ended the play after a 2.5-yard gain. 7:30 and inside that mark now in the fourth quarter. Will this turn out to be a legendary Harrisburg drive to take the lead? They're going to try to take all the time they can.
Yeah, hanging around, and all it takes is one play. They're just down 20-14.
2nd and 5 from the Lincoln 46, between the hashes, left to right, a wing left, a wide out left. Low snap, a handoff, Hines off left guard. Oh, he keeps churning those legs, stretching toward the first down stick. Upended, falling ahead at the 41 on the far numbers, about a yard shy of the first down. It'll be third, and they're marking this a 3rd and 2 at the the 43 for Harrisburg.
I think you said at the beginning of the game they were going to give him the ball 30 times. That was carry 26 for Josiah Hines.
27 to get those 197 2 weeks ago. 3rd and 2, Tigers down 6. 6.5 minutes remaining from the Lincoln 43. Knuth, the quarterback, in the pistol. Hines behind him. Handoff Hines. He is messed up in the backfield. Luke Kremke's, the defensive end, came roaring right at him. Tackled at the 50 on the far numbers. A 7-yard loss will bring up 4th and about 9 for Harrisburg.
Yeah,
wow.
He was not fooled that time. He and everybody else at Howard Wood Field thought that Hines was going to get the football, and Kremke's said,
Gabe Bruns was running right at him as well, a linebacker. Kremke's, a future South Dakota State Jackrabbit, his 9th tackle for loss on the year. Inside 6 minutes remaining, fourth quarter. State semifinals, 6,000 plus at Howard Wood Field. Harrisburg trailing 20-14, 4th and 7, the Lincoln 48. Knuth parks his count, steps back, looking to throw, flushed, moves up, throws right. He's got a first down strike. Tackled immediately at the Lincoln 37 on the near hashes. Braden Feldy in single coverage makes the grab. Cole Knutson the tackle, but that is a cold-blooded 16-yard first down strike on 4th and long for the senior quarterback Sam Knuth and his senior main man wideout Braden Feldy. It keeps the drive going for Harrisburg, who now has a First Dakota first down in Lincoln territory. What a pass. What a play.
Feldy had no catches at halftime, but he's got 4 in the second half, and none bigger than that one there.
Tigers now at the Lincoln 36. Left to right between the hashes. 1 wide on each side. Knuth, belt high snap. Fakes the handoff. Then hitches. Rolls right. Throws it downfield. Man at the goal line. It's overthrown on the right side pylon. Double coverage for Feldy, one of the faster and better receivers in the state. 2nd and 10. Harrisburg finally going to the air deep. They have not done that much tonight. So it'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Stops the clock. We catch our breaths. 4:54 remaining, fourth quarter. State semifinals. Harrisburg with the ball down 20-14. Tigers have had the ball for a few minutes after a big 4th down stop. Extra protection left side. Hand off to Hines. Left trying to cut right. Oh, through one ankle tackle and now through traffic across the 35. He appeared to be down near the line of scrimmage. Instead, he muscled and stretched his way up the middle for about 4 or 5 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd and 6 now for Harrisburg after the gain of 4. Hines now over 100 yards on the night. 4:30 and ticking in the fourth. The Tigers down 6. 3rd and 6 at the Lincoln 32. Left to right.
One with Feldy at the bottom of the.
There you are.
On the Lincoln sideline.
He is wide right, 1 wide left, a wing to the left for Harrisburg. Knuth fakes the handoff, throws to the right. Feldy makes the catch on the slant at the 20. He's got a first down. He tried to break out of an ankle tackle and move to the end zone, but instead he'll settle for about a 19-yard gain. Feldy with 2 first down grabs of 15 or more yards in the last 4 plays. 1 on 4th down, another on 3rd down. Harrisburg now in the red zone. 4 minutes remaining, 4th quarter, down 20-14. The winner goes to the state championship game. Tigers now in the Lincoln 17. Near hash, left to right, 1 wide right, 1 far side left. And it's a pass, deep one toward the goal line, left side, it's incomplete. Feldy did beat his man Knutson to the end zone, but the ball was overthrown by about 5 yards. It brings up 2nd and 10, and the clock stops with 3:41 remaining.
Coach Riggs would have loved that throw. He used to love throwing that one to DeBoer all the time, that little fade route to the corner of the end zone.
Tim Hyatt fondly remembering his days at the University of Sioux Falls when they won a national title under Bob Young. 2nd and 10 Harrisburg at the Lincoln 17. Near hash, left to right. Again, 1 wide right, 1 left. And Hines takes the handoff. Left side, he is corralled by Ruben Dai, the defensive end. In between the hashes at the 17. No gain. Inside 3.5 remaining in the 4th quarter. It's still a 6-point Lincoln lead. Harrisburg has all 3 timeouts remaining. Lincoln has 2.
And the way the clock is running, John, Harrisburg's got to be looking at this as maybe their last shot. If they turn this over on downs, will Lincoln relinquish the ball?
Neither team has scored in the second half. 3rd and 9 Harrisburg at the Lincoln 16. In between the hashes, left to right. 1 wide each side, wing to the left. Lincoln with 3 down linemen. Belt tie snap for Knuth. Rolling right. Throwing, and a catch is made at the 10 on the near numbers. A 6-yard gain, but an immediate tackle. Connor Gray, the linebacker, takes down Austin Costain, a rarely used tight end in the passing game. It might be his first catch of the year, and it brings up a 4th and 3 for Harrisburg. 2:40 and ticking 4th quarter. And the Tigers trailing Lincoln 20-14 in the state semifinal game. The Tigers break the huddle. Josiah Hines, the tailback, has over 100 yards tonight. Sam Knuth getting the passing game going on this drive. 1 wide right, 1 left. 4th and 3 from the Lincoln 10, down 6. Last chance perhaps, and Knuth is sacked! Connor Gray back at the 20-yard line. The Patriots will get the ball back. Up by 6. 2:15 remaining, and 2:15 from a state championship berth.
It looked like they wanted to maybe run a trick play or a sweep with Feldy. He's going to come in motion to the bottom, and Knuth kept it. Yeah, you know what? Lincoln had that one diagnosed so well, I'm not sure anything was going to work on that play, John.
What a stop by Jared Fredenberg's defense. Their 3rd 4th down stop of the second half, 2 of them in Lincoln territory. And now the Patriots. 2:15 remaining, 4th quarter. Up 20-14. They're going for back-to-back trips to the Dakota Dome. Empty backfield, 2 wide right, 3 left. Man in motion in front of the quarterback, Schaefer. He keeps it. He moved left, and then he cut right, got to the 22, about a 3-yard gain. Brody Schaefer, the Lincoln quarterback, at 117 yards rushing, most of them in the second half in Lincoln's win 2 weeks ago, outscoring Harrisburg 20-0 in the second half to earn this number 2 seed. And the Tigers do call the first of their 3 timeouts after that 4-yard run. 20-14, Lincoln with the lead.
Wow, what a game.
It has been a superb game, full of fireworks in the first half, and then just a lot of between the 20s football in the second half, with offensive playmakers shining, but the defense is making the plays at the end of the drives.
And Lincoln's defense stepping up big on a couple of 4th downs. Harrisburg getting a couple of 4th down stops too, but none bigger than that last one. Lincoln read that reverse play, diagnosed it well, and Connor Gray, he's got to have, I bet he's got 9 or 10 tackles now.
Yeah, we have called his name a lot tonight. Sure. Leading tackler coming in, Connor Gray, a 6'1 senior, an underclassman on that state title team last year that went 13-0. Patriots are looking for their 5th trip to a state championship game, and they are 209 away. Harrisburg still has 2 timeouts. The Patriots are up 20-14, 4th quarter. They have 2nd and 6 at their own 23. Schaefer on the keep, left side, now cutting right. Oh, he's through tacklers at the 30 and rumbled down across the 40. Schaefer had saucers as eyes up the middle of the field. It is a gain of about 19 yards. Justin Cabrera, the cornerback, a potential game-clinching tackle, a game-saving tackle on what could have been a clinching touchdown run for quarterback Brody Schaefer.
Schaefer now at 137 on the ground tonight, John.
Clock inside, 2 minutes remaining, fourth quarter. Lincoln up by 6. Patriots will take every second they can as they smell the Dakota Dome. Brandon Valley and Jefferson, the other game, is competitive in the second half. Patriots at their own 42, right to left. Schaefer on the keep again, angling left, and he's dragging defenders with him across midfield, close to a first down. It's a matter of the mark. That was a First Dakota first down on the 42. He is marked down at the 49 of Harrisburg, a 9-yard run. That stops the clock because, no, it doesn't. Harrisburg stopped the clock on a timeout.
Yep.
So the Tigers have one timeout remaining. If Lincoln gets a first down on this 2nd and 1, or on the play after that, or the play after that, unless they turn it over, this is the game. 1 yard left for Lincoln. And, I mean, Eric Struck, we've mentioned, their offensive coordinators. It must be so much fun to play on that offense because he has so many ways to utilize his playmakers. But when push has come to shove, regular season finale against Harrisburg, state semifinals in the rematch against the Tigers, fourth quarter, it's just keeps for the quarterback, Brody Schaefer.
Yeah, and, you know, he had 152 yards passing in the first half. He's got 164 now. They've barely thrown it, and it's been all the run game.
Yeah.
You put his numbers together, he's over 300 yards of total offense tonight.
Lincoln
is the sophomore quarterback.
Yeah. Lincoln up 20-14, fourth quarter, 1:27 remaining. State championship game berth on the line. This could be the ball game. 2nd and 1 from Harrisburg's 49. The Tigers have just one timeout remaining. A Lincoln first down likely puts this to bed. Schaefer keeps it himself, dancing behind the line, breaks out of a tackle at midfield, rumbles ahead to the 45, a 4-yard gain, and the Lincoln Patriots are going back to the Dakota Dome. A First Dakota first down. They have scratched and clawed and muscled their way through a scoreless second half, and now they will get a chance to go back-to-back in state championships. And it's
Harrisburg kept their last timeout, but the Patriots are going to let the game clock wind. They can snap it at about 54.
Yeah, Brandon White knows the math.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't take him with you, but it's a 99% likelihood Lincoln wins unless they turn it over and something freaky happens on this Friday night a week after Halloween. Knee is taken by Brody Schaefer. The clock is down to 50 seconds remaining, and Harrisburg does burn its final timeout.
Yep.
50 seconds remaining, and Lincoln leading Harrisburg 20-14. And let's hear the Lincoln students. Okay, they're taking too long. There you go. They're chanting, "I believe that we just won," and they are correct. A hard-earned victory. 2 weeks ago, Lincoln down 17-7 at halftime, scores all 20 in the second half to win 27-17. That earned them the home game in this state semifinal at Howard Wood Field. As the number 2 seed against number 3 Harrisburg, the Tigers bolted to a 14-zip lead tonight. An opening touchdown drive after a long opening kickoff return, a blocked punt, and cashed in from 1 yard out. But the Patriots score the final 20 of the first half, and no one has scored in the second half. Just good, hard-earned football on the defensive side, and the offense just doing enough under the sophomore quarterback Brody Schaefer, who out of the timeout, Harrisburg out of those, 50 seconds remaining, takes a knee. I know you snuck a look at the score.
I did. Jefferson's inside the Brandon 10-yard line. The game is tied 28-all with 2 minutes to go.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
The Lynx have been the dominant number 1 all year long. Meanwhile, Lincoln, like Brandon Valley, started the season 5-0. They met at Howard Wood Field in Week 6. The Lynx dominated 39-13, and after that, Jared Fredenberg, the Lincoln head coach, said this team decided to take accountability for that loss. They banded together. It made them closer. It made them tougher. They go on to beat Harrisburg in the regular season finale, and just like that game, they score the final 20 points of this one, and the clock has run out. The Lincoln Patriots are going back to the Dakota Dome to play for a state title after a 20-14 win over Harrisburg in the semifinals.
And who would have thought at halftime when it was 20-14 with all the activity, all the fireworks in that first half, that it would be a scoreless second half. But great effort by both defenses, and it was just a little too much Brody Schaefer on the ground in the second half for Lincoln.
A Patriot team who nobody knew what to expect this year, but not very many had them pegged as a state title contender when the season started, because they lost so many excellent players, especially on offense, including their record-setting quarterback Tate Schaefer. His brother Brody comes in, starts as a sophomore, lights it up at the start of the season, and then literally runs out the end of the season, runs Lincoln into the Dakota Dome next week, where they will face either Brandon Valley or Jefferson for all the marbles. It's our final Avera Health game of the week, and it was the best one we had. And we'll recap it with highlights and stats and find out who the Patriots will play, all coming your way on our post-game show on Fox Sports 98.1, Metrosports.tv, Outlaw Channel 13.2, and DakotaNewsNow.com.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Jackrabbits don't wait to see what the future holds. They build it. At South Dakota State University, the next generation's leaders are preparing to launch. They're focusing on growth, and they're reaching new heights of excellence across vital industries. SDSU is building something greater for South Dakota and the world. Join us.
Finding a place to belong is everything. It's where you can make a difference, where you're heard, where you have a team that supports you, and the benefits you deserve. At Avera, you can find that place. You belong at Avera. Apply today. Avera.org/careers.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Your time is valuable.
You shouldn't have to wait for the weather forecast.
That's why the First Alert weather team is giving you weather every 5 minutes in every newscast.
Every 5 minutes in the morning?
Every 5 minutes in the evening.
And every 5 minutes on the weekends, too.
Focusing on the weather that affects you.
You'll always get the first alert so you can plan ahead.
First Alert weather every 5 minutes. Only on Dakota News Now.
Josh and Emily are visiting Emily's parents this weekend, where Josh will propose. He's nervous, but not about the ring. Well done, Josh. Well done. Chase is proposing to Ashley at the resort where they first met. Ashley was vacationing with friends, but Chase ended up being her best friend of all, plus some. Every diamond tells a story, but there's no story like yours. And there's no diamond like a Greenberg's diamond. Greenberg's Jewelers, a cut above the rest.
It's in the books. The Lincoln Patriots going back to the Dakota Dome to play for a state championship game, and they will play for back-to-back titles after a 20-14 win over Harrisburg in tonight's state semifinals at Howard Wood Field. A lot of the Tigers exchanging their final hugs for the seniors, some goodbyes, likely some tears. What a hard-fought game in which the Tigers bolted out of the gate to a 14-0 lead. The Patriots scored the next 20, and then nobody scored in the second half. John Gaskins with Tim Hyatt on our post-game show. Jefferson leading Brandon Valley 31-28, under 2 minutes left.
104 left. Yep.
A major upset that would be, and then it would be Lincoln meeting the Cavaliers in the state championship next week. Meanwhile, as we go through how we got to 20-14, a Josiah Hines short run to cap 8-play, 43-yard drive for the Tigers to open the game after a long kickoff return, and then the Patriots got a blocked punt. Their punt was blocked on their first possession after going 3 and out. The Tigers recovered all the way back at the 1-yard line. As you mentioned, Aiden Costain, just to make sure he had possession, instead of wildly thwarting his body, his 50 or 60-pound body over the goal line, he just made sure he had the ball. And it took 3 plays, but Harrisburg punched it in on a Josiah Hines touchdown to make it a 14-0 Harrisburg lead. And then the Patriots woke right up. A 30-yard jet sweep by Mikey Roach got him across midfield in one play on the ensuing drive. And then an 11-yard jet sweep to the other side. Javen Augustus set up a 19-yard touchdown pass that you're watching on Metro TV, Metro Sports TV. Schaefer backpedaling under pressure. Finds in the back of the end zone. Backup tight end Lucas Honor. A 19-yard strike. That made it 14-6. And that's how the first quarter ended. And then in the second quarter, more fireworks flew in Lincoln's favor. And it started, again, with the ball, down by 8, and Schaefer unleashed a 52-yard touchdown bomb to a wide-open Louis Acasi breaking free from the defense. Ninth connection between those two this year. Lincoln went for 1. They had failed on the 2-point conversion on that first touchdown. 14-13. Harrisburg still had the lead, but the party was just getting started for the Patriots. They marched down the field after getting a stop, and then from the 1-yard line, a set they used a couple weeks ago in Harrisburg, 3 running backs behind in a line behind the quarterback. Karsten Benson, a linebacker, was one of them. His first carry, his first touchdown of the year. Lincoln made the extra point, 20-14, and that was the scoring for the game. The second half, 0-0. Each team had its opportunities. Each team moved the ball well. Several fourth down stops by both defenses. Edison Knoll had a big interception for Lincoln. And meanwhile, Brody Schaefer would, for the most part, use his legs to run out the clock, and a 20-14 Lincoln win. The last fourth down stop for Lincoln on Harrisburg came with about 2 minutes left in the game. Tigers had it inside the 20. And Connor Gray. I mean, that's a player of the game candidate for Lincoln. Sure. He had
10 tackles.
10 tackles. You got the
sacks
stats already.
Yeah.
But we can only pick one player of the game. Brought to you by American State Bank, and it is Lincoln's quarterback Brody Schaefer.
Brody Schaefer.
You've got the stats.
You bet. 13 of 23 passing, 164 yards, 2 touchdowns. Those both obviously coming in the first half. On the ground, he was 17 for 150 yards, 12 carries for 103 yards in the second half alone. when Lincoln really kind of controlled the rest of the game, when they just held on to the lead, played great defense, and used their quarterback to wind the clock and ice this game.
You've got the University of Sioux Falls degree. What was his total yardage?
Let's see. That would be 314.
314 total yards for Brody Schaefer, Lincoln's quarterback, our player of the game. And he accounted, by the way, for 2 touchdown passes. The Patriots outgained Harrisburg tonight, 433 to 183, but they needed a lot of big stops. And shutting out the Tigers in the second half for a second time in 3 weeks to get the 20-14 win and secure a berth in next week's state championship game, where they will try to make it 5 for 5. Lincoln has won all 4 of its previous state finals, including last year to cap a 13-0 season. Yeah. And do we know their opponent just yet?
We don't yet. We're waiting on an update from that game. So.
Well, stick around if you're going to listen on the radio. We have one more segment on Fox Sports 98.1, AM 1230, and KWSN.com. We'll go through scores from all the semifinal games in South Dakota high school football tonight. But this does it for the television broadcast, for the game and the season. And I know Chad Berger's getting us to wrap it up, but we really want to thank him and the Intrepid crew, the camera work all season long, Brad Newitt's leadership in Sioux Falls, and Pat Schultz's ownership of Metro Sports TV. This is 4 straight years now. We've been doing this in Sioux Falls, and we absolutely love it. A major thank to all of our sponsors, and we bid you adieu for the season. If you want to watch next week's state championship game, it's on South Dakota Public Broadcasting and on the radio on Fox Sports 98.1 at 5 p.m. next Saturday night between Lincoln and question mark. For Chad Berger, Brad Newitt, Pat Schultz, and Curtis Riggs, Peyton Riggs all season long, and you, Tim Hyatt, tonight. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you bet. It was
a blast.
A lot of fun.
And he'll be on the mic for Augustana USF tomorrow right here on Fox Sports 98.1. We move on with the radio. We say goodnight on metrosports.tv, Outlaw Channel 13.2, and dakotanewsnow.com.
News now at 9 on Fox Sioux Falls. Your first and only local news in prime time. 1 hour to focus on the headlines of the day, plus breaking news as it happens. 1 hour to provide in-depth coverage of the biggest stories, alerting you first to what impacts you and your family's safety. 1 hour to give you a more detailed look at your first alert forecast, updating you every 5 minutes so you can prepare for tomorrow's forecast tonight. Dakota News Now at 9 on Fox Sioux Falls, your first alert station.